All right. So, yeah. Last time we what did we do? Well, did we just get back from the judgment with the core and everything?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
And way more full of zombies than we thought it was.
Yeah. Time of day must be what, late in the afternoon? About that?
Yeah, sorry, we did the zombies, and then we talked to the queen. We went to the skyports.
Okay, yeah. So I'll say it's
and then we actually ended at the skyport, I want to say.
Okay.
Just like
cool. I believe you guys were going back to the rising sun, or at least head in that direction.
I think we were gonna flag down a sky warden or something to see if Captain Dog is with the Cobus guard.
Yeah, we could do that.
This is good. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any other ideas on how.
You guys are hanging out at the skyport. You guys can look over, kind of cresting past the hill as it drops off. You can see kind of the heat haze coming off of Cobus itself. It's a particularly warm day still. Sun is getting kind of lower in the sky, and blue clouds up ahead, or blue sky up ahead with a little bit of clouds, and in there you can see figures kind of just occasionally floating around Cobus, especially near the bay and everything, which you think might be sky wardens.
Sinclair, do you still have a flying version of Murray?
Yeah, that's semi-permanent till he dies, or till I dismiss him entirely, or I summon a different one. It's the flying mount. I think his name's Ludwig.
What was it?
Lulu?
Ludwig.
Ludwig.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you could either try to maybe fly up and chat with somebody, or I could try just whistling and maybe waving one down.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting my dinner plate together.
It's all good. Can I try that, Jacob? Can I try just like whistling and try to get the attention of somebody flying?
Bro, you could take Ludwig if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Have you ever flown? Have you ever been in the sky? I know you're in the water, but like the sky is different for real.
Wait, seriously, anyone can just ride him?
Yeah, he's an ally. Now I can still I can communicate with him telepathically. So like, if you can't, if you fail an animal handling check or something, I could just tell him what to do. He could take you both. I mean, he's like
a fuck. Like, if you don't.
As you can see, he's clearly the size of like a horse that can fly, a war horse. So he's strong. It makes sense he could fly 2 people up there. But I'm actually gonna sit and eat here for a second. So by all means, take Ludwig. He's your friend. I'll make sure nothing happens telepathically. Mute.
Yeah, I'd love to try just for the experience. Never flown before.
Yeah, that sounds good. Why don't you just go ahead and see if you could find one of these sky wardens and see if maybe you can have a quick chat. They may not be super cooperative, especially if they maybe perceive that, the Captain Dusty's in some sort of danger, but we have no idea, so we might as well ask.
Sure, hi.
Also, don't want to reveal that we was poking around too hard. Play it cool. You know what you're doing.
I mean, try. Actually, I'll pull my kingdom jacket that I had out of the bag of holding and put it back on, and
ooh, cool.
Lean into it. I see it.
Lean in, yeah, and then fly away.
All right.
Yeah.
You take to the sky. It's probably a newer experience for you. Ludwig, the flying Steve, glides up around. At first, you kind of float up, and then you feel kind of a cold wind kind of come up, and all of a sudden you guys drop off the edge of the skyport, and you dive down a little bit. He twirls around. You see like the tops of the trees getting closer and closer as he pulls up, and you hit. As you get over the city, you start to circle around more. You can feel the heat coming off of it now. You can feel Ludwig kind of floating up higher and higher, circling, riding the wave of the heat. Go ahead and roll a performance check to get the attention of one of the staff. Natural 1?
No. I'll speak too soon. That's an 8.
So much better than a 1, though.
That's the first time I'm a bit green.
Yeah. You don't do. You tried. I think you're worried more about maybe holding on, and trying to just get your bearings on Ludwig right now. You don't seem to be doing anything particular other than maybe riding unsafely. That might get the attention of anyone.
You're totally safe.
Let go of the reins and just kind of like wave at them.
Yeah. Make a dexterity check.
Win.
Probably with disadvantage, right? Because you don't have your hands on a flying beast.
Oh, are you serious?
I mean, if you're
Well, I mean, to justify it, you gotta explain what's happening.
If you're riding a bike downhill and it's
she's moving,
and all of a sudden you let go, like that's disadvantage right there.
Now, this is the type of bike that would swoop down and catch you.
Yeah.
If you were to fall.
But
an 11.
Yeah. I'll say with an 11, the batting of the wings kind of knocks you off, and as you're waving, you have to hold onto the side, and now you're hanging off, and you have your arms wrapped around one of Ludwig's wings, and it's flying, but it's in a circle, and you definitely get the notice of a
Some
few
attention. Okay.
Yeah.
Back where you both are, Naughty has. If he could look concerned, he's just like wringing his hands.
Yeah, he's sitting there still holding that cup of tea that somebody gave him earlier. One of the Sky Wardens sees you and starts to fly over. He kips up on the back of his pterodactyl, and he's standing there on top of it. And the pterodactyl's wings kind of fan out, and they kind of just like hover underneath you a little bit. Are you okay up there? Do you need assistance?
I no need to show off. We get it.
I couldn't hear you. Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
All right.
Please help. Yes.
If you let go, I can catch you.
Okay. I'll let go.
Okay. He is going to roll now.
And I fall to my death.
Roll an insight check to make sure it's not a deception to just actually let you do.
Oh, 18 insight.
You fall. And you zip past, and you realize that you kind of that he wasn't directly underneath you, and you just see him, and he the pterodactyl folds its wings in, and he's still standing on the back. He kind of leans back and falls backward with the pterodactyl still on his feet, almost like if he was like the White Ranger in the opening of the Power Rangers movie with the cool snowboard that he had attached to his feet.
He clipped
you guys remember that? Yeah,
of course.
Not that well. No.
All the other Rangers were regular skydiving, but because he's the White Ranger, he had the snowboard.
That I do remember.
Yeah, and so this thing is attached to his feet, like said snowboard. As he falls down backwards, and the wings come out, and they swoop underneath you, and he catches you. He rolled an Nat 20. I had to make it cool.
Oh, amazing. Is he as
so
hot
cool,
as
dude.
the other guy?
What's that?
Is he as hot as the other Sky Warden?
Yeah. He's got like the side of his head is shaved, but he's got this like long white hair and tan skin. and he catches you, and he sets you, and he sits down as well on the pterodactyl, and they start. He starts flying back up towards Ludwig. First time flying.
I'm usually a bit more sea-based. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That's what we're here for. Yeah, I'd be careful. I'd probably try to land, maybe go back to the skyport, or maybe it might be best just to kind of take a slow ride down. You signaled for distress, I saw. Is there anything you needed before you got into that situation?
I had a question for you about the Cobus Guard. I'm here on Kingdom business. There's, as you might have seen, a ship of ours recently sank in the bay. And I've been tasked to have a meeting with the captain just to report back what happened. Would you folks have custody of him?
Go ahead and roll a deception check for me.
Very well.
Roll good.
Oh, 10.
10's good, right?
Snap.
You're with the kingdom. I think if you have such connections, you wouldn't need our help meeting with the captain.
Well, it's a bit of a backup mission. They've botched the investigation of the wreck quite badly, so I've been sent in sort of as a second string.
Well, I'd speak to your own group of people before you come to the Sky Wardens. We mostly keep to Koba's business.
Very well. Is there sort of a person in charge of the Cobus Guard that I might connect with just to see who might have information about this captain's whereabouts?
The captain's being held by kingdom officials.
Right.
Cobus has nothing to do with it. But if you want to speak to our superior, you can talk to Darian. He's Sky Marshal.
Oh, I know him. Aye. Well, no, that's all right. I was just trying to, get a read on who, where the poor thing ended up. Just
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I think it's doing okay. Yeah. From what I hear, that the kingdom's taking all the personnel that they've gathered and are taking care of that situation. Cobus Guard are just trying to keep people away from the ship right now.
Fair. A wreck's a dangerous thing.
This wreck's a very dangerous thing.
Aye, well, thank you kindly for the information, and doubly thank you for saving my ass.
No problem. It's it's not often you get people falling out of the sky, so it's always a good time. I'm glad you're safe. I hope that you have a good day.
You as well. Sweet. Do I need to jump back onto my mount, or could you maybe give me a lift back to the skyport?
Yeah, why don't we just go back to the skyport?
All right.
I
I'll
think
hold on tight.
You just signal for your mount to follow us back. We'll get you back there safe.
Ludwig looks at you and just goes, wink.
He says it?
He says wink.
You can't understand
No.
it, but in his language, yes.
Okay.
So, kingdom business, as you guys start flying back. Seems to be a lot of kingdom business here in town. You come here for the races as well?
Well, that's a bit of a bonus. I was sent on orders about this wreck. It's a valuable asset, so The handling of the investigation's a bit slipshod.
Any word on when the kingdom's planning on getting the wreck out of here?
Well, that is one of many things I'm hoping to find out in my report. Hopefully soon.
We will do whatever we can to speed up the report process. So.
Well, I understand. It's not a thing that belongs in the bay.
No. Is this your first time to Copus?
Aye. Yeah, so far it's everything they said it would be.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. You came at a good time. It's usually not this wild, but wow, this time of year we all kind of let our hair down. Well, yeah, here we are, and you guys start to fly back down. You kind of land probably a few. I would probably say maybe 50 yards away from everybody else. Be careful out there, or up there, I should say. It's the winds can get a little tricky this time of year. It's probably best just to, keep your feet on the ground in the future.
I will certainly follow that advice.
What's your name?
Thanks for your help. Oh, Marlo.
Marlo. And Cole.
What's your name? Cole?
And Cole.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. If there's, you find yourself, I don't know, needing to talk to Darian or anyone else, we usually meet up for drinks later at the end of the day during shift thing.
Why? Any particular bar I should check out?
Yeah. It's called the Roll Thrice.
Well, if we can get this report underway, I might pay you a visit later.
Wow. Sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And I'll wait for him to be a good distance away to head back to the rest of the crew. Oh. Sinclair, if you don't mind, I'd love to try flying more later. That was a lot more finicky than I thought it would be. Anyway.
Yeah, you really gotta use hands. Hands are key.
Hands are a lot more key than regular dino riding.
Yeah, I noticed you took your hands off pretty soon into the ride. I thought that was rather bold choice.
Well, usually there's not as many forces acting on you. I don't know. Overconfident, maybe.
So, and
anyway.
I saw you chatting with that Sky Marshal. Did you get any good info?
Cobus doesn't have him. Kingdom does.
That would make sense, I guess.
I suppose so. Did you happen to ask where the kingdom has their headquarters on Cobus? Or do you happen to know?
Would I just know that?
Yeah.
They don't have a permanent headquarters on Cobus. Go ahead and roll a history check.
History, dude. Oh, hey, guidance.
Thank you.
I'm gonna cast guidance on my friend.
Did we rest after the judgment and before going to the Queen?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Oic did, or we told him he could, but I think he was gonna and then go cruise town.
Okay.
That is a 23 history.
Hell yeah.
You know that when the Navy is in foreign dock, they usually have a ship that they make as base of operations. So your guess would be that it's on one of the kingdom ships that are in the dock.
It's likely to be at the docks where they're parked.
another amphibious mission, you say? That sounds...
No, I feel this is a board as regular folk on land sort of situation.
But it sounds like they're
We're
on
not
ship.
trying to sneak him out. We're just trying to talk to him. Right?
But we've got to get on board somehow.
Well, or we don't talk to him. I mean, you know, we did just do a bit. I mean, I'm pretty tapped out as far as neat stuff I can do and fights I can fight.
I mean, we could try doing it the sneaky way. I still have I could still, you know, transform into some sort of small creature. Make my way on sneaky like, try to see if I can catch him alone, have a quick conversation.
Oh, that might be something.
Well, when was the last time when was we under judgment? That was last night, right?
This morning.
That was this morning.
No, I mean
Oh, with him, that
the
was
first time.
just last night.
That wasn't
Before
long
the
ago.
race?
So
Or
I mean,
yesterday, last evening, I guess.
Yeah, yesterday evening.
he may not be actually in communicating state, you know, like he may still be all crazy like he was. But you know, a long rest does a lot.
Well, so I mean, yeah, we could put that on the back burner. Is there any other business that we need to take care of before the night is through?
Come on. Sorry, I'm eating a cookie. I mean, we could always go back to the Lord's Dance. That's going to be starting back up in like an hour or two, I think.
I mean,
That's right. I suppose we could go ahead and check in with Lono and Koa and see what their plans are.
Yeah, we go back to the ship, touch base with you know who, and put our nice clothes back on, and go. I don't know, make some bets, rub elbows with nobles and the like.
if it's all the same to folk, there's certain things I'd prefer to have prepared next time we go back to the dance that sort of spent for me for today. You catch my meaning? But
Well, then would that same thing apply for? You mentioned the possibility of trying to get back inside the Nuecraft facility and see if we can't find some information about some of the ancient sites that were connected to the gates. Actually, I'm a little bit fuzzy on what all that was.
I'd also like to have some other things prepared for that. Maybe this all happens tomorrow. I'd like to, if folks are down, Nuecraft's. There's a lot of things I'd like to find at Nuecraft now. I mean, where's their other facilities? What are they up to? Who's funding them?
You think any of that info would actually be at the college?
Probably in the restricted library area. I've never gone down there, but I know it exists and I know professors have access.
Yeah.
It seems likely that there would be some sort of, you know, communications, you know, letters or some such from some of the other facilities. But in any event, it seems as though it would be better to wait until tomorrow when we're a little more well rested.
Well, that too. There may be heightened security too there now because you know there's big holes in the place and
that could be
still some damage from the dino. You know, what about how is your professor buddy doing? Is he alive? Have you heard if he's alive?
To the hospital. I haven't checked back in. I don't know if he's been released yet.
We could just have a quiet evening on the ship while we rest. Fast forward 16 hours or whatever.
Then
well, I mean, I'd like. I don't know that I'd really need anything to get on a oh Lord. To get on a kingdom ship. I don't know that I'd really need.
Just disguise and
balls. Aye.
disguise in your kingdom coat.
I mean, it wouldn't be a disguise. It would, but in a different, you know.
Yeah.
So shall we rest?
Could we walk back to the Rising Sun by way of the docks and just take a look at the kingdom ships and see what we're working with?
Yeah, or we could just take the folding boat and really get a look at the ships as we leave, just row our way. Would that take the same amount of time as walking? Probably not, huh? Well,
Going down
there's
the
like a
ship?
sail or something. Yeah, if we went around the coast back to the Rising Sun rather than walking through town.
Well, yeah, the harbor ward kind of cuts into town like a bay, so you could just it would be around the same time to get around there. Yeah. It might be a little busier, like it might a lot more going on in that section of town, so maybe it might slow you down a little bit, but it's not like a crazy detour or anything.
To walk through?
Yeah, to
walk
walk
or boat.
Oh, that's what you're asking? If you can take a boat around or if you're going to walk through town? Okay.
Yeah, would it take the same amount of time to take the folding boat back to the ship?
It'd probably be faster to take the folding boat back to the ship.
Oh, well, there you go.
But would we get as good of a look at the harbor?
No, because you'd have to go around the harbor.
Then let's just walk. We've literally a lot of things to do, but no energy to do it.
I mean, I'm not exactly on fumes.
I'm just totally out of spells, but I got half my hit points, and I kiss these otter biceps.
Beautiful otter biceps.
I'm good. I just don't have my sneaky stuff. My spells are all combat things right now.
Oh, I've got vicious mockery as well, so look out.
Oh, let me get my limericks book. Walk back.
All right.
As we pass the harbor, try and get a look at which ship might be home base right now for the.
And we could also ask around in the harbor, see if anybody has any idea which one of these ships is serving as the sort of HQ for the kingdom.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll an investigation check. This is just you guys kind of going down there. If you're trying to find that kind of information, it'd be investigation. If you're just taking a look around, it could be perception. Just let me know what you want.
16 for investigation.
Okay.
22.
Yeah. You guys ask around. You guys get kind of pointed off to a dock kind of closer to the eastern edge of the bridge. If you're looking at the map of Cobus, it's kind of close to E in the word ward on Harbor Ward. People kind of point you down there, and maybe one kind of deckhand or somebody just kind of loading boxes is like, well, normally if you want to talk to anybody in the kingdom area, if you want to know certain things about certain ship or anything, you're gonna want to talk to what's it called, the harbor master. It's the guy who keeps the list, kind of make sure all the boats are coming in and out and everything.
Cobus harbor master?
No. Kingdom's likely to have their own guy over there. Just kind of, keeping track of who's going to what ship and everything like that. That's best I can tell you. There's a bunch of kingdom ships over there. They all like to park together.
I'm game if you are.
Let's give it a shot.
Maybe maybe he would just like 20 gold for, maybe he could let us tell us we're trying to interview the dog,
Or we could say we have some information that might be, they may want to know about, and we need to speak to someone like an officer or some such.
What info we got?
Well, I mean, they're actively investigating this sunken freighter. I'm sure they're keen for any kind of. They're probably on edge.
How did you receive this? How did you come to know this information, lady? What's your name, Marlo? And you, Fishman? That's like.
Well, my thought was that the harbor master would just tell us, where to go to talk to someone. I don't think we'd have to tell him the information. If so, then we just don't, and we leave.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Hey, I'm backup, baby.
I mean, I might have an in. My mom's the advisor for science and industry now, so that might be
foot in the door.
Foot in the door.
Do you suppose that young chap that you met at the Lord's dance, do you think that he would be on board? Is he high enough up that he would be someone that we could claim to need to speak with?
He should be big fish, but doesn't seem like he's ascended as much as he ought to. In fact, do I remember? I know that he is a harbor master. That he is. It's probably him.
Hey, look at you. You didn't even have to roll a history check.
Fucking hell, it's Jerron. He's probably the one. I haven't seen him as myself in a while. Maybe I could just shock him into letting us aboard.
I mean, even if we don't necessarily need to get aboard right away, but just knowing which ship would be, a start.
Okay.
Let's go find him now.
I don't need magic for that.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean it. If you got anything to help, wouldn't say no.
I literally have nothing.
I can give you guidance.
That's
Yeah,
something.
guidance.
I
can message at 120-foot range.
I can create small gusts of wind.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be useful. Just blow him into the water if he finds out something's up. Fuck it. Let's try. Let's go head that way.
Are you gonna be you, or are you gonna be Marlo?
I'm gonna be a version of me. It's me. I'm just gonna be me.
Let's give it a go then.
Yeah. Do you need me to be your personal bodyguard, milady?
Sure. I
could really say
Naughty too. Naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two of you were my retinue. Fuck.
Cool.
I have that little like device to produce a smell. I'll just like make sure I don't smell like underwater zombies and cigarettes. Like.
Okay. Good call. Yeah, you start making your way over. You start asking around. What's different about Val in this moment? How do you go into this situation? How do you carry it? How do you? Well, yeah. We know Val as kind of a dirty mechanic that's, constantly in a shop smoking cigarettes.
I think she would have prestidigitated like her jacket to be as crisp as possible. And like slicked her hair back and to naughty, like on me but play nice.
Okay.
And just deep breath and walk.
Yeah, you start to approach and you start to see the blue cloaks of Kingdom Guards kind of standing in this part of the harbor ward. Excuse me, ma'am. You can't come in. Kingdom business only.
Well, that would make two of us. I'm here on King's orders by way of the newly ascended advisor of science and industry herself. And I'll flash my signet ring with the crest of House Hawk.
Yeah. Their eyes go wide for a moment. Sorry about that, ma'am. Absolutely. Anything we can help you with?
I'm looking for the harbour master. I've got some questions about certain assets in need of recovery.
Got plenty of that said. Yeah, Captain Moneybags is sorry, the harbour master, my apologies, ma'am, is down that way. You'll find him in the central dock down there.
Thank you kindly, officer.
Yep.
At ease.
Thank you, ma'am. You start making your way down. You see people kind of unloading a little bit of cargo here. You see a lot of repairs happening in this section. The ships are tall and very orderly over here. You see that each ship has its own like master, like standing by the dock, like taking care of the comings and goings, and boxes go there. Then you see this occasionally report to one individual that is familiar with you, Duran Albrecht, who's the harbor master, going around ensuring that everything in this area is running smooth. He carries with him a large clipboard, and he stands a little tall, taller than you've seen him stand, and he's going around seeming to, just talking pleasantly with people.
I'll look down at Sinclair. Don't judge me. And I'll walk up.
You're doing great.
Now, walk up to Duran, like.
Yeah, he takes that.
Duran Albrecht?
He takes a drink of water as he turns around.
Long time no see. Look at you, all grown up.
Valerie?
Still playing dress up in your father's uniform, I see.
Valerie.
Or do you mean to tell me you're in charge of all this?
Valerie Hawk. How are you? And he goes up and he puts a hand out. Oh, sorry, ma'am. And he gives you a bow. It's an honor to see you, ma'am.
No, Duran, no need for all that. I'll like catch him on the shoulder. Like, haven't you heard? We're favored and closer than ever before. 9th and 10th.
I thought you were dead.
Wait, real quick pause. I thought you talked to this guy at the Lord's Dance.
Not as much so.
as Marlowe.
Oh, he had no idea who you were, but you knew him from before.
Yeah, he put on a successful disguise at the Lord's dance, talk him into betting on Goblins Ate My Baby.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So this is the first time he's seen Valerie Hawk.
I'm alive and well. That was sort of the plot. I've been on Cobus, working on some things of
Cobus.
a different nature, right?
That must be really nice. Yeah, no, I've been, just working in the Navy. Been in it now for a few years. Working, just being a harbor master now. Yeah, in line, possibly to get my own ship soon. And yeah, it's been good. It's been really good. Cobus is awesome.
That is. Have you? You're here for the run?
We're here for business, but yeah, the run is, it's kind of kismet, kind of a lucky break that we're here during that time.
Great timing. Make sure you bet on something. That's kind of the thing to do.
Yeah, that I have learned for sure.
Good to hear. Integrating.
Well, hopefully it'll be good to hear. So still got the last race to run.
Oh, you made a bet on the final one then?
Yeah.
Great.
First time, yeah. But so far it's going great. So, Cobus, what have you been doing for your mom out here?
I for mother and for Nuecraft, actually. I'm doing a bit of scientific investigations. Speaking of, we're actually I'm sort of on orders at the moment.
Your dad was part of that deal, wasn't he? Or did he do something with Nuecraft?
With the RGS.
That's right. I thought they were connected. Sorry.
Investigations. Might be the.
Sorry. No, that's awesome. What a place to be stationed. How long have you been in Cobus?
The whole time. Really since.
We just
6 years now, but right. I'm. This is sort of serendipitous. It's
nice to see you. Yeah. What brings you to the docks? Do you have to check in with your mom or anything?
Can I do a quick little check? What does he mean by that? Like
yeah. Go ahead, roll an insight.
7. Nervous idiot.
I don't know. Kind of just stuns you for a second.
No, I'll cut to the chase, I suppose. We've I know there were assets of scientific interest to the king aboard the Judgment, and my orders are to recover or report on these assets. And I hear the captain is one of the only survivors, so
Captain Dusty. Yes.
I meant to question him privately, of course. That, and I'll lean in close to him. The kind of assets we're talking about are hardly meant for public ears. I'm sure you know.
Yeah. He kind of looks around a little bit. Captain's not really in the mood for visitors right now.
What do you mean by that?
He's not really himself. He's kind of forgotten himself a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that with your clearance and everything, you should be able to, to get in. You might need some official orders to go see him, possibly. He's on Dad's ship. I mean, sorry, Commodore Vitus's ship.
Mind pointing that out? You guys have gotten a bit of an upgrade since I last saw the fleet.
Yeah, well, Dad's got a few ships. So at Commodore Vitus has a few ships. Judgment was one of them, but now he's on the Renegade. It's that tall foremast over there in the back. He'll be running back and forth between there and the Judgment, doing a lot of work. But yeah, I'm sure that if you present yourself and you bring your orders with you, that there shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I think he'd be shocked to see you too.
Oh, I'm sure he would. Well, I've left my orders at home. I didn't really think it'd be necessary to have the papers, but...
Well, we're not going anywhere for a while. We'll be here for the rest of the run, maybe a few days after that. Yeah, this Judgment situation, yeah, we think it might be Commonwealth work. So we're investigating it. We don't want another full-scale invasion or anything, at least most of us don't. Yeah, it looks pretty nasty. It looks like an act of terrorism or something. So we'll probably be here for a little bit longer than expected. Hey, are you going to the dance later?
Oh, not much for dancing. It's sort of, well, we'll see. I've got an invite. I've not really thought about it.
Yeah, I think my dad, I think Commodore Vitus might be there later. It might be a good chance to talk to him about everything if you need more information or anything. Yeah.
Maybe I'll see you there. I haven't really decided. Actually, a question for you. If you're managing the manifests and whatnot, did you know who was supposed to pick up the cargo of the Judgment? Where was it meant to go?
Judgment's mostly prisoner ship. The cargo on that ship mostly goes to different places. There's a few other Kingdom ships that were taking it back. There were a few prisoners of war being returned.
Returned? As in, they were originally from Cobus? Or they were to be received?
Put back into the hands of people. Cobus is kind of neutral ground out here, so it's a good place to kind of make arrangements and everything. But yeah, I mean, the Judgment was really just bringing them here, and from there they scattered about to different places.
You wouldn't be able to tell me who exactly was supposed to receive the prisoners of war? That might be something I follow up on if the captain's not able to speak on the location of certain missing goods we were expecting.
Is that part of your research?
I mean, I'm supposed to find out what happened to certain assets of scientific interest that were supposed to have arrived.
At this point, I'm going to ask you to roll investigation or deception. I'll let you do it with advantage, though.
Okay. That is a 23.
Nice.
Thank God for advantage.
There were certain island factions, certain pirates being brought back. I know that they were transporting cargo to Nuecraft, so that might be something. I know that Nuecraft was supposed to take. I think there was a professor from Nuecraft on board that was supposed to go arrive here at least. I don't know if they were going to the facility here or to the main facility. And then, the northern base up in the passage up there, there was a group of people headed up there as well.
A group of prisoners of war
Prisoners of war, yeah.
to the northern base. They weren't meant to be dropped here. That was the final.
No, they were just
That's not much
transferred. Yeah, they're going to be transferred to other ships that were supposed to take them to their destinations. The Judgment was just kind of a main carrier to get them all here to Cobus.
Have you given them, the recipients, the news that they won't be transporting those prisoners after all?
Yeah, plans have changed. This was a shock to all of us, kind of a sickening shock, but it just goes to show what the Commonwealth is capable of. Horrible deeds. Yeah.
Jaren,
Can't.
I think we both know whatever happened here was not the Commonwealth's fault. Whatever you can. Don't let him blame someone else for this. This is a tragic loss. Don't let it become an excuse for the fight.
Well, between you and me, I think that's exactly what it's going to be. I think you're looking at the start of something big. First, the Queen Anne. Now this seems like, I mean, at least for me, those two ships that my father, Commodore Vitus was on. So at least for him, it's personal.
To be sure. Well, thank you for the information. If the captain's not in a speaking mood, maybe it's not really worth trying.
He might be in a few days. I know that they were talking about trying to bring out healers and clerics from the kingdom, possibly to treat him. So he might be worth checking back in a few days if you want to come by. I'll be here the whole time.
Right. There's sort of a sect of healing witches on Cobus if it's urgent. A bit much to treat with, but
I don't know if
they
would. I don't know if they fall under the sanctions out here. Kind of paganry is kind of frowned upon,
Aye, they're a bit
So
much.
I'm sure they're great. I don't care. I don't care. But
no, I didn't mean to imply, but I just
kind of
need to speed things along.
Things have gotten kind of strict back home about who we use and what gods we align with and what's allowed and what's not, So hey, it's really, really good to see you. Yeah.
It's a lot better to see you than I thought it would be. That sounds terrible.
I'm
What's
sorry.
pain?
I was a jerk kid. I'm really sorry about. I was always hoping that if I ever saw you again, I get a chance to just say I'm sorry. I'm not that person anymore. I was just dumbass.
Honestly, I think I was too. I might still be. Anyway.
Yeah.
Right. I'll make your cooperation known to the right folks. How you're aiding the holy mission.
I appreciate that. I'm just happy to help in any way. So, thanks a lot.
Thank you. See you around, maybe.
Yeah. See you around. I'll be we got the passes to the dance and everything. So if you're there, I'm probably gonna go there most nights. I was lucky enough to score. I'll be off during that time, so Yeah, it's kind of it's been a ton of fun. That's kind of, I don't get to see many of the races or anything, so it's a good kind of way to kind of experience everything.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good you get leave. Enjoy. Cobus has got a lot to offer. It's a really beautiful place. I'm glad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got lucky enough to get stationed here. That's incredible. So
luck. It was luck. Yep.
maybe I'll come by my own ship one day.
I hope you do.
Right.
Well,
Elaine, good to see you again.
the crispest salute. And march on back.
All right.
Captain's still fucked. I know what ship he's on, but he's fucked.
What do you mean? Why is he fucked?
He's still messed up about it. He couldn't. He's not even speaking to
himself.
I mean, understandable. We're trying to get him healed up, but he's on that one, and I'll like signal what ship it is.
Were we there for that conversation? Standing guard?
Yeah, I think you and Naughty were kind of a few feet back during all that.
Okay, good. I thought I was. So yeah.
Yeah, people kind of side glanced you and kind of like inquisitively, but kind of kept going when they saw you talking to the harbor master and everything. And kind of just, you got a few looks. You didn't really see any other wild folk around, but yeah.
I think right now you got a lot of eyes on you. And he said your mom was in town.
What?
Did he not?
Wait, is that what he meant?
That's how I took it. We may want to ask the DM. Hey DM, is Val's mom here?
But,
I was like, what? No.
Didn't get the sense that her mom was in town. Just that if she was looking for a way to touch base with her mom, it was available.
I got you. Okay.
Communication.
Oh, that is the last thing on my to-do list. Right.
Did you learn anything else important?
Prisoners were not. This wasn't their final destination. They were being transferred to a northern kingdom base, and a professor from Nuecraft
was on the judgment.
I
think that's the guy that our friend eviscerated when whoever it was first met him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think just context clues, I suppose. But
so, what do you suppose that means that they were trying to? So, one of those political prisoners would have been Lono. They were trying to transport Lono to this northern base. Why would that have been? What? Do we still have any idea why the kingdom wanted Lono?
Well, they wanted his brain scrambled, remember?
Or whoever got him, Kay wanted his brain scrambled to make it seem like he killed the princess.
But so if we kind of think that Kay is this shadowy organization from Al-Khari, the Kai-Faru, does it seem likely that the Kai-Faru will be working through the kingdom?
Unless they've spread over here. There was a problem in Al-Khari, right? But what if they've just like slowly, crept their way across the sea? And they're up in Volkovic, they're down in Commonwealth and in the kingdom. You don't know. The secret hand happening.
It could be members of Kai Faro infiltrated, or they are one and the same with the kingdom?
Well, I mean, so if the Kai Faro is this like this entity that keeps getting rebirthed and like through all this chaos and bloodshed, it's got to be strong enough, powerful enough to grant followers certain magic stuff, right? So what if the king is trying to find life extension to live forever, and he's seeking out Kai Faro to do some dirty work stuff, and then he gets access to the hooky spooky stuff, you know?
I mean,
First time I thought of it right now. First time I thought of it. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt.
Aye. And Kai Faro.
Let's just workshop this, right? So
All right.
the king, this is all crazy. This is all hypothetical bullshit. We're just pals talking some shit. And okay, so the king, he wants this secret power that Kai Faro can give to him, granting him extra life, stuff like that. So so in order to bring back Kai Faro, right, there needs to be mayhem, chaos, a lot of dead bodies. It's blood magic or something like that, right? So hey, start another war. He starts another war. He starts it by blowing up his own fucking ships, the Queen Anne and the Judgment. You know, this is just leading off I'm getting in the Boots PI mode.
Well, no. I mean, if he's, you heard Jaren, they're trying to they're blaming the Commonwealth on this, on their own fuck up with the Owick and the necromantic stuff. They're gonna let the Commonwealth take the fall. So it is trying to start shit. He's not just blowing it up to blow it up. It's blowing it up to have an excuse for war.
What if? Okay, so remember I was telling you about when the Queen Anne exploded, and there was those Alkahari Knights at the bottom of the ship, fucking with the arcane core thing of the ship, right? And then it blows up later. Okay, those Alkahari Knights, so-called Alkahari Knights, was Kai Faro guys, and they was put there by Commodore Vitus to help start this war. What do you think about that?
Do you think
Is that track?
Commodore is okay?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, if it's been his ships, there were Alkahari Knights on.
Yeah. It was at the bottom, and I snuck up on them. They caught me. They let me live, but they said shit like, "Hey, this is some shit we only say to people who we kill," and they let me leave, right? Which doesn't make sense. Which would mean, you know, they're imposter guys, and maybe they're just Alkahari Kai Faro fellas.
Holdovers or.
But at least for what happened on the Judgment, no one from the kingdom would know what happened. So it could be that they genuinely believe that the Commonwealth was responsible.
Or they know perfectly well what happened and they can't admit it. The truth is they had a mutant warforged wild folk and necromantic artifacts aboard. That's not going to be the story they release.
Well, sure, but as far as they know, the ship left, as it should have, and arrived and everyone was dead. Only we know what actually happened on board. It could be that the story that it was the Commonwealth, maybe they genuinely believed that.
If they knew what their cargo was, I feel like the smarter among them might put two and two together. But whether they believe it genuinely to be the Commonwealth or if that's just the story they'll tell, the result is the same.
Well, I just mean that in this case, it could be that they think they're not just trying to start a war, but they actually do think the Commonwealth was responsible. It's not, maybe they are not genuinely trying to make a blatant lie. We don't really know.
I mean, your everyday sailor might not have known what they had on board.
I mean, the Commonwealth would be just the convenient scapegoat. They already want to go to war with them, and now they can just lay the blame on this terrorist thing that just happened.
Do we know otherwise that they do want to go to war?
I mean, it seems that way, right? I mean, this used to be, or the Commonwealth used to be part of the kingdom, and now it's not, and he wants that back, you know?
The Queen Anne blew up, that would have been a good excuse. Now the judgment's been sunk, that's a good excuse. Somehow the kingdom's involved in the kidnapping of Lono, which would be a great excuse. Especially if Lono killed the Alkahari princess. There's a lot of ins, it feels like. A lot of backups and
plans within plans within plans.
I don't know if they need war or some conflict for releasing a god now. I mean, no one
God Emperor, I think is what it was.
As far as I know, blood magic is so fucking old. No one even remembers how it works. I am part of a professional association, let's call it, whose purpose is to find important places before the kingdom can. And some places of interest since I've joined up have been these ancient ruins. I've got some maps and some notes, but it's so old, it's nonsense. People in this association who know a bit more have figured out references to blood magic, but no one knows how it works or what it's for. I just notice something to keep out of the king's hands. He's the last one that needs to know how any of that works. But now you're coming in here with prophecies of old ones and blood
sunken tombs and whatnot. It could be the same dude.
It's starting to seem connected.
Could be the same dude, I'm telling you. Could be the same entity, you know?
But why do we think that what the kingdom is up to is related to these old rooms and ancient sites?
They're investigating them. That's where they're they've been sending the RGS to these places since I've been alive. And recently moves are being made.
I'm genuinely confused about a lot of the things. So that we know that the kingdom is interested in these places, not Nuecraft. I thought it was Nuecraft that was interested in those things.
I think they've made some deals lately that are new in the mix. Before, is that right? It was just the kingdom, and then
it's like you have two different maps. You have a map of kingdom bases and trade routes, and then you have a map from the RGS of some of these primordial sites, and at least maybe 3 sites on the primordial like ruins, there is a kingdom base. So on the primordial map, there's rumored of more out there, but at least 3 of them have a kingdom base that lines up those two maps. So it's not a stretch to say that they're interested. They just, you know. So.
And recently we found out Nuecraft is partnering with the kingdom on investigating some of these places.
Yeah, your mom is sending out equipment to a site. Nuecraft, I don't know if you have much connection with these sites in Nuecraft.
Well, I know where we could maybe find some more information out about Nuecraft's involvement.
The Nuecraft?
At Nuecraft itself.
Yeah.
I want to confirm, I suppose. Here's what, okay. We don't know still if these places are connected at all to this Kai Furrow character.
Yeah.
It seems relevant, but it's not confirmed. And we don't know who. All right. We don't know that the sites are connected to Kai Furrow. We don't know
we don't know anything about Kai Furrow.
At the sites, we don't know how he can be released. We don't know what to
We don't know his.
stop.
I don't think we know his name. No, Kai Furrow is his name. There's
I
a
thought that was
secret.
the name of like his organization or like his like worshippers or something.
I think the cult and the guy have the same name. I think.
I mean, would it be known outside of Alkahari by other names? Are there like other myths or legends about like a blood god?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a religion check.
Recycle God. Religion. I don't have that.
Okay. 22.
Ooh, 22. Yeah, there's a lot of the religions in this world intersect near at the beginning. They all tend to agree on certain basic points. There was a creation of everything, and in that primordials came and shaped kind of existence early on, and from the elements of earth and fire and air and water, there was another element, magic, and that is sometimes like kind of like life as well. And from that, the kind of the entities that arose from that kind of primordial element of life or magic were the gods. And from there, then everything kind of breaks down into like different groups. But in a time of kind of imbalance between the gods and primordials, there was a lot of blood magic practiced, like sacrifices and everything like that. And so there's stories of kind of like people standing against kind of like old blood magic users. Like in a lot of the more popular religions and everything, they're kind of like the antagonist in a lot of the stories, that like the paladins of old and the clerics of old had to prove their faith against these blood magic users and everything. And so there's kind of a common element of them living for a long time and like using dark magic in order to obtain power. The Kai Furrow thing, it doesn't really go into other names. or go into other religions and stuff like that you might know about, but you could, the idea of a blood magic user or a necromancer, if you will, or some lich is, it may be a word that people use occasionally. That's not an unheard of element into a lot of religious stories.
Liches get stitches.
And that's probably kind of your general religious knowledge. I don't know if Val's a very religious person, so it might be that you could look more into, or maybe ask somebody with more religion about.
Those creepy Silver Sisters might know something about blood magic.
I wouldn't put it past them.
They're probably watching us right now.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got, folks.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, think about it like as if you don't know a ton about the Bible, you might know a little bit about like Moses and the plagues and the Pharaoh, like
the classics.
Kind of like that general kind of like, okay, like this shit, like they talk about this in those weird books that people read, but it's not really your world.
It was true. This is a bit beyond me, but it's starting to feel like something really big is brewing, and we're weirdly privy to a lot of the dots that get connected.
Yep. There is another person we could talk to. Well, there's two. We do have a meeting with Joe Ball. Depending on which of his lackeys is in the room with him, we could ask them something. He had that creepy.
Okay. What if they're all in on this and everyone?
Then I don't know. I really don't know. But I mean, it seems like Joe Ball is trying not to go to war, obviously. So if he's into, and if Kai Faro, whatever, would like the conflict, I don't think he's, corrupted in that way, at least.
Provoke anything. Well, he was going on about some new world where Lono could be safe. I don't. Let's play it like everyone's a front for Kay and find out what's true.
Yeah. Except the Queen. We know for sure the Queen isn't working for Kai Faro because she told us about him.
That's her life.
Fuck. Okay, what if our secret friend on the ship, what if Lono, what if he's heard of Kai Faro somehow? He's a collector of stories, right? Or maybe even Boots PI. I mean, he's got all kinds of crazy intel on stuff. Maybe he's heard of Kai Faro, some secret shady cult business. I mean,
let's put out feelers to anyone.
Well, let's head back to the ship, right?
Aye.
And on the way, we can see if Boots PI is home. And I did tell Owick to go see him, so maybe he's there too, and we can just make sure he gets on the ship,
We can only hope.
I am fascinated to see what he does, just genuine curiosity.
I'd be curious if it weren't lives on the line.
I
I'd still do. Okay, let's get this out and clear before we get back. He did a crack job on the ship, but I still don't trust him.
yeah. I saw that. And that was very calm and cool and collected of you not to like go crazy on that little guy, because I could tell you was very upset when he was tinkering with you, buddy. But he did, he did tell you that essentially no, he loves you. Isn't that nice?
Oh,
And
I
the
don't
queen
think
and the
that
queen
that's
said that
what he-
the queen said that she's got warforged in her neck of the woods that are fully sentient. So maybe one day that love could be more than just programming, right? It could
I
be like
feel like
real,
you're trying to
genuine,
give.
sentient love, you know? So what I'm saying is Oak has awakened the new horizons in you and Nauti's relationship by overstepping, granted.
I don't know if it's that deep. You're basically assigning emotions to a car. It's just a. I don't know what they're doing over in Alkahari, but
Something
I don't
though.
need him to be a weekend. I need him to protect us.
Yeah. Well, he's good at that.
Aye. And apparently he likes it. So he didn't was never meant to do the things he's doing. But I gave him a new purpose, and it seems like he enjoys it. Or has some sort of program.
Nah, he probably enjoys it.
Mm.
In a similar
Emotion.
way, you know, that like you know, when well, you haven't, but like when a mother holds a baby, right? And the baby's so cute, and it's like your brain rewrites itself so that that baby's like the only thing that fucking you'll die for this baby, you know, like no matter what. It's like that, you know, your programming eventually changes. So this is just his evolutionary steps, you know, to being a real boy.
Well, self-learning is a thing. I don't know if we want to encourage him to become a real boy. That's a lot to think on.
Well,
And if he malfunctions, I will be updating him for everyone's safety.
well, right. Well, okay, let's Hadal, you got anything? What are we doing? You're the boss.
No, I don't think I have anything in particular. I mean, I think we might as well head back to the Rising Sun and get some rest before whatever we'll get into tomorrow.
Sounds good. I am tired. We go to the ship.
Aye.
Talk to Lono. Talk to Koa.
All right. You guys get back to the ship. You cross through town. Everything's excited. There is another race starting really soon. You guys managed to cut across the street in one of the last groups that's able to get back to the Rising Sun before they start blocking it off and allowing the racetrack to kind of take place or take precedent over the streets.
Is this the final race of this day?
Yeah.
Do we see anything on boards or posters about who's won this day or who's like racing this day?
Yeah. My computer's dead. I had names on it. But yeah, you see a couple of finalists going in. The two groups, or the two large dinosaurs and the two like single riders. There is one called Hacksaw Ridgeback that made it into the end. There's it seemed like it was a single rider that won the race. The odds are pretty in favor of them. There's Another one. What are some clever puns for dinosaur names that we can put in here?
Do we already have Clever Girl?
Clever Girl. Yeah, Clever Girl would be a big one. Second place, the quad dino race. Colin, you got anything?
I was thinking something related to chaos, but I couldn't think of anything in particular.
Chaosaurus Rex.
Sure.
Chaosaurus, yeah. And
Sarah shots.
And then
Velocity Raptor.
Velocity, yeah.
Velocity Raptor.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, those are a few names that you guys see on the boards, and yeah, we'll see who makes it to the end.
And sorry, there's 5 racers in the last one, or 4? 4 finals.
4.
Right.
Yeah, first and second place of each of the races of each day. So, yeah.
This is a competition.
Make your way back on to the Rising Sun. Yeah, a lot of the crews there. A couple people on deck. Just kind of. There's a few people actually on the boat. A lot of people are out watching the race and everything. But there's a solid amount of crew that's kind of either resting still because they had like maybe the late night shift or something like that, or they're about to go on shift later. Maybe they saw the races earlier in the day. But people on deck playing cards, kind of keeping eyes on everything. A couple of like a shipmaster on the ground by the ramp going onto the boat. Kind of gives you guys away. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And you guys make your way back onto the Rising Sun. The sun's starting to set in the distance. It's just kind of like hanging on the horizon right now. And yeah, you guys make your way in. So Hadal, Captain wanted to see you, and you got back.
All right, yeah, no problem. Where is she?
She's in her quarters right now.
Okay, I'll go find her.
Nice.
And the rest of you guys make your way down to the bottom of the ship where Lono and Hadal are.
Lono and Koa.
Koa, sorry.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, sure.
If we have a minute, I will set Naughty to like loading anything of value from Val's shop onto the ship.
Okay, yeah.
Pack it up.
He's going back and forth, just kind of carrying like large pipes and like hoses and stuff like that. Oh.
Not asking permission to do that.
Right.
Hey, Naughty. Good job, mate.
Yeah, you get down to it's kind of in the back part of the ship, below deck. Hadal, you get to the captain's quarters. Her door's right there. You could hear her kind of like humming inside.
Okay, I knock.
Yeah. You hear kind of a rustling, and who is it?
It's me, Captain Hadal.
Oh, 1 second. And she opens it up, and she has a kind of a towel wrapped around her head, and she's got a towel kind of pulled up around her. She kind of peeks through the door a little bit. Hadal, it's good to see you.
Yes, I was told that you needed to speak with me.
Yes.
I can come back if you need.
No. I was just cleaning up a little bit. I was wondering if I know you and your team are very busy every night. It seems like you guys have lived more in the past week than many people have in an entire lifetime. But if you didn't have any plans tonight, I was wondering if you wanted to go investigate the dance together.
Yeah, I mean, if you need some assistance, yeah, I can certainly do that. I'm a bit tuckered out from fighting some zombie conglomerations, but it's I mean, it's fine. I'm still. No, I mean, certainly not that I don't want to. It's just that no. Actually, I mean, do you have? I mean, give me a few minutes. I can change.
Okay. We have a little bit of time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll see you in a while.
And just so I know, just to kind of what to expect, maybe to prep some things. Did you have anything in mind? Like, was it more like a social thing, or were you trying to sort of, make some connections, trying to get some information or something?
Yeah, I think get the lay of the land, kind of see if we see any familiar faces, maybe a bit of dancing, but yeah, mostly research purposes for everything.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I mean, that sounds fine. Let me just go and I don't really normally bathe. I mean, I'll jump in the ocean, a bit, kind of rinse a bit, and then I'll change, and then I'll meet you on deck in maybe 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Well,
all right. I'll see you then.
Okay, I go do that. I go jump in the ocean, rinse off real quick. Maybe find some sort of like spongy ocean thing, and scrub a bit, get some of the zombie detritus out of my hair.
Good call. Good call. Yeah, really give it full effort. Okay. Meanwhile, while he's doing that, you guys make it down, and Lono and Koa are playing darts on the side of the ship on a dartboard that they've drawn onto the side of the ship themselves. All right. Hey, what's everybody up to?
You got room for one more? A crack shot.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's kind of sweltering, kind of hot down here in the bottom of the ship. The air hasn't really come through a lot in this area, so everybody's kind of sweaty and kind of gross. It's been a rough day down here. What's it like up there? I can't even imagine it.
It's hot. It's a toasty one.
Yeah, man. It's we're sweating our balls off down here. But it's good to see y'all. What y'all been getting into? We've been kind of starved stories down here,
Well, we met with Queen Mariah just a couple hours ago. You ever heard of in all your travels and your story collecting? You ever heard of something called Kai Faro? Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, Al-Kahari story, right? Kai Faro is kind of like a big kind of like a unifier, but kind of like a war hero in a lot of ways. Stories are kind of broad, right? He's both bad and good. Let me think.
Do you remember in the stories anything about what the people did to resurrect him?
A lot of sacrifice. I remember that. I remember that there were plagues slash wars that were dedicated to him, like the slaughtering of certain groups of people and everything, like holy wars, if you will, in his name and everything, and the leaders of those holy wars, that's how they
brought him
showed
to
fealty.
be.
I think the Kai Faro had tremendous power. Not only did he,
live, and conquered over everything. They said he was able to conquer over the beast of the land and everything. So he had this epic power, and people would, make sacrifices to him in his name or whatever.
It's just a legend. You don't know of anyone that
And everything
worships him today.
Right? I mean, what's a legend if, not just the truth that's, made its way through one ear, throughout the other, through a mouth, and to another person. These things, they get muddled over time, but the important things remain the same. They always called there's other names associated with Eken-afa, right? Like the bringer of change, right? Like the world, every generation of him was completely changed over afterwards, right? The powers that he had control over were the powers of destruction and creation and everything.
Right. Okay. That's Hey, did you decide if you wanted to go with your dad or not? By chance?
Well, this is what we're thinking, right? Lono and I have been talking about this. If for some reason we have not been able to avoid it so this long, right? If running hasn't solved the problem, maybe we just turn the direction and just run right at it, right? Maybe if we go, maybe we'll find a way to be free that way. Backwards to go forwards, that's what Lono's always saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we figure my dad's probably got tricks up his sleeve, right? But the thing about a punch is, you have to throw it for it to get that force. And if you're close up to the fist before you can throw it, it's not going to hurt as much. So we figure get up close, see what my dad's got going on. But it would mean Koa and I leaving.
Yeah.
I think your best bet is to stay together. I mean, Koa, you've done a pretty crack job at protecting him and finding him across the world when he went missing. I think you ought to stay that way.
Yeah, that's the only rule is wherever we go together now. It's a bummer because sailing on a boat going through islands with you guys sounds like a lot of fun. But maybe there's a way, I don't know, we can do that again in the future.
But yeah, man, we always got room for you.
Yeah. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna just see, and if anything, it'd be easy to slip away at night sometime, and I don't know, get away if we have to. We'll be all right.
Well, when do you want to go? Do you want to go tonight, or do you want to go tomorrow, or?
Man,
it's really, I mean, it's up to y'all how long y'all want to be sweating down here, with your bowls and all that.
Oh, we were kind of hoping to see Cobus a little bit before we went there, We haven't got to see a race yet. We hear about goblins ate my baby. You guys having all this fun out there. There's apparently a giant party out there. I don't know.
Well, the party's where you'll be going, so, but it would have to be discreet, right? We can't let nobody see him. I mean, especially there's all kinds of politicos and whatnot.
Nah, what Koa's talking about now. He's not talking about going to some fancy shindig, right? Where we gotta get all Sunday's best on and everything. We want to hang out with the people,
I mean,
gotta do
with
disguises.
the cloak and
gotta do disguises. Oak's got my cloak.
Oh.
I mean, listen, y'all don't have to get involved. It's not your responsibility. We're just letting you know. One night before we go into whatever open air prison my father has for us, right? We're gonna go out. We're gonna have a good time. Right? One night. One.
What time is it now?
As long as you don't get yourselves lost. And you do come back here.
Are any of us ever found? That's my question.
I wish you'd stop saying weird shit. I really would. Just
Well, I guess you'll need a chaperone, at least some security, a security detail,
DD.
mm,
and
Hit the
cloaks and
streets.
disguises. We need fake mustaches.
all around.
Yeah.
All right.
Surely there you've got someone aboard that's good at makeup or something. I don't think I have a disguise kit. I usually just
Well, you know,
Magic.
we're a pirate ship. Surely we got stuff like
found something
a
up.
cork, like a piece of cork we could set on fire and smudge on their faces.
Oh.
It's an old trick.
I've got plenty of grease.
Grease, yeah.
I could figure something out. If you want to just go to a street party after the race ends tonight.
I sound like the time wherever the most people are. I think just blending in. I don't think anybody's gonna really be looking for us in the middle of a good time. If we just keep it cool, keep the drinks coming and everything like that. I don't think we got to worry about anything. I mean, we're just talking about riding a few rides, having a few drinks, singing a few songs, maybe stealing the pterodactyl. If it gets crazy, I don't know.
But mate, I've
Oh.
got a pterodactyl you can ride. He's outside right now.
Yeah,
It's
But
harder
you could
than you
it-
think.
It's more
Well,
fun to
you've got,
steal
like,
it, I guess.
yeah,
Good
it's
balance.
a little different. It's about the story aspect of it,
Sure,
it's
sure,
about
sure.
creating something together.
So we party, and then tonight late, you want to go try to find your dad, or do you want to do all that tomorrow?
If we're going to the dance, I can't do it until tomorrow.
I want to have a night where I don't have to worry about anything about the future or anything or my past. I just want to live right now with this present moment.
Then we hit it tonight. We hit it hard, and then we get some sleep, obviously, and then tomorrow
Do some.
we get some brunch, and we start thinking about going to the Lord's dance.
That sounds like a plan to me. I mean, if it's all right with the captain that do we have to run it past the captain that we're taking this precious cargo off the ship for just a wee bit? We'll be keeping an eye on him. Won't get too crazy. I'd
That's
like
why
to
we
say
need-
goodbye to my favorite bars before we ship off.
We need to, here's what we do. For the next 20 minutes, we fix up a disguise for these two, and then we bring them to the captain, and we're like, hey, look who we found. And she'll be like, who the fuck are these guys? We'll be like, check out, yeah, right? You didn't even know it was them. And then she'll have to let us go out and party.
Aye, all right, let's on it.
Because I feel like, yeah, this would fall under like, this is ship stuff. This isn't necessarily
They are technically cargo
outside
at this
stuff.
point.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's scrounge around. Like,
Yeah, we're gonna, yeah. So I'm gonna do the cork thing, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna smudge them up real good.
Okay.
Get like
what's the intended goal? What do they look like?
Just like probably dirty, different versions of themselves. This
Okay.
is like,
Cobus halflings.
yeah. Maybe like try to do like, put like candle wax, drip like candle wax on their face if they're cool with it, and then put like makeup on it so it looks like scars and stuff, so they don't look like them, you know. And then
So
as the night goes on, it'll crack and fall
dirty
off.
hippies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not too much of a stretch.
Yeah. And they already smell like shit, so.
I
Yeah,
can
they pull out some of their clothes and
digitate.
they put them on, and they're like, huh? You know, like they got like cool kind of like sleeveless like vest robes that kind of go down a little bit. Koa's got his cool kind of baggy hippie pants.
No tattoos. No tattoos. They got tattoos.
Oh man, you guys are no fun.
Cover.
Lono's got like a cool hat that he wants to put on. He's got like he's got like a lute with him as well, that he seems to have won from somebody on the ship. Go ahead and roll a what is it with a disguise kit?
I have no idea.
Dexterity?
It's probably just whatever your good stat is. That's probably charisma, you know?
My
To like
computer was like,
paint them or disguise them in such a way that is
How about
could it
deception?
be sleight of hand?
yeah. Oh, wait a second. I think I have it in a book real quick. Disguise kit, disguise kit. Okay, disguise kit. It does not say. Okay, but it tells me
It's one of those, yeah. It's just like whatever your stat is.
deception can improve your ability to weave convincing lies. Yeah, let's just say this is going to be sleight of hand from you guys to kind of create a compelling disguise for them.
Ha ha. A 25.
Yeah, I got a dirty 20.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Yeah, these guys, you're able to kind of give Koa kind of a more bulbous nose made out of wax. Lono has kind of like a unibrow that kind of sticks out a little further, kind of gives him kind of like a Neanderthal vibe to him a little bit. Kind of mat his hair down in a different way, and yeah, you put like a sock cap on or a beanie on Koa's dreads, kind of like hold it up, and he's got that big kind of Rasta sock cap on him. Yeah, I think you do a good enough job to where they look pretty inconspicuous and they don't really look too much like themselves. And yeah, you guys are feeling pretty good about it.
I think this is good.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys bring them up to the top of the deck.
Yeah, let's find Hadal. Let's see if Hadal can recognize him.
Yeah, you guys you haven't seen Hadal. He hasn't come back downstairs in a little bit. You ask around and somebody says that he's in his quarters right now.
Oh. Well,
Knock, 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 knock,
yeah, we run down. All four of us run down. Knock on his cabin.
Okay. Hadal, what are you doing in your room?
I'm probably just maybe in a shitty mirror, you know, tying my little bow tie on my tuxedo.
Cool. Yeah, the you hear a bunch of knocks on the door, and before you can even really turn around, the door just kind of crashes open a little bit.
Hadal. What are you?
Looking fancy.
Are you at
Yes,
it?
thank you. I'm not exactly sure why, but the captain wanted my accompaniment on going to the Lord's dance tonight. I have to say, part of me would like to just, take it easy and hit the hay early, but she wanted some assistance, and I'm not really sure what about. But I thought, I'm gonna go and see what there is to see.
Just the two of you.
As far as I know, I mean, she might have invited Jimmy Allright, but I'm not sure.
Well, we
Well,
passed
we
him
was-
on the way in. He's already getting into his own mischief.
Yeah, we was gonna go party as well. We was gonna go to sleep, but then we ran into these two strangers. I stepped aside and you don't even recognize them. It's so good.
Right.
Yeah, can I roll like insight or something to see if I recognize them?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll an insight or an investigation. Whatever you think is applicable here.
Unfortunately, I'm good with at insight. What do you think? Investigate. I mean, if it's insight, then I've got them for sure. Then it's 20.
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
We got a 25 on our disguise thing.
Yeah, I'll say
That has deft hands.
kind of like they present these two strangers, but they are kind of giddy about it. So you're kind of just checking the situation.
I'm thinking that, like, y'all did a good job on disguises for people who don't really know who they are. But I know who, like, the people are that you would likely disguise, and there's two of them. So
we'll just keep them away from anyone who knows who they really are.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it's certainly passable disguises, and I don't know that they'll be being hunted or anything. So, I mean, it seems fine. I just say keep a weather eye out. Try not to get too out of control, and, just
right.
Yeah, keep your eye on them.
Yeah. We're gonna give them one last party, come back and crash, and then we're gonna go give them the
turn
old
them
daddy.
in tomorrow,
So
I suppose.
His voice comes out from behind on the kind of the bunk bed. Figure rolls out. You all need a chaperone. And Agathor, the smell blind, kind of in there as well.
Yeah, was you
want
the party?
Hey.
We was gonna party. Did you want to come party?
I'll just hit the
Agathor?
streets.
Never say no to a party. But I'm not much of a, big crowds kind of guy. But all right, yeah, I might see you out there. Where you guys heading?
No idea. Val, you had a spot you wanted?
I mean, we could start at a bar I spent more time than I'd like to admit when I first got here. I like to see it off before we ship out.
Right, we could start there, and then just end up wherever. I mean, it's kind of up to these blokes. So
whatever they're looking for.
Stinky little guys.
These strange little hippies.
So I guess Hadal, you guys is going to the dance, so we'll just catch up with you later, I guess.
All right, yeah. Be careful out there, and we'll meet you back here.
You be careful too. I mean, from what Jaren was saying, there's more folk in town now. Just keep an eye out while you're there. Keep an eye out for any for that K, for that symbol. I don't know if anyone would be so bold to have it on them, but now that we know.
All right, I will. I'll keep an eye out.
But don't keep your eye too focused on anything besides the captain.
Do you think maybe she needs protecting? Like maybe there might be some kind of attempt on her life?
Yes. Oh, aye.
All right. Well, then I'll do that. Okay. I was planning on having maybe a couple of drinks, but maybe a bit better not to. Maybe I'll try to keep,
I mean, if she's drinking, that'd be odd if you weren't.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to be odd now, would I?
No.
Yeah, we should maybe one or two then.
That seems.
Well, I mean, as many as she's having, probably. Don't want to drink alone. Might make her a bit uncomfortable.
That's paramount.
All right.
Just keep pace. Be easy.
Yeah,
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I think it probably will. Yeah. Captain's fine company. Always has been.
Hey, Hadal. Just use protection.
I mean, I've got my moon sickle, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Magics. Not a lot left, but some.
Yeah.
I could always polymorph the captain into like a T-Rex or something if we need to do that.
If that's what you're into.
She's into that.
Right, well, you all have a lovely night, and yeah, I'll see you lovelies on the morrow.
I'll just like straighten his little tie. See you in the morning.
Thank you.
To the oily mermaid with us.
Oily
mermaid.
Tell me about the oily mermaid.
I don't know. I feel like the first few months that Val probably got to Cobus, she like basically lived in this bar. It's like a shitty dive bar of ship mechanic, like shipwrights and ship mechanics probably frequent it.
Okay. Yeah, you guys walk in and it is lively in this place. No longer just ship mechanics or anything. This place has got full-blown musicians in the back corner. They're running specials right now. And the last race is over, and people are excited, talking about it, making bets, slapping things on the table, pounding drinks back and everything. And you guys look around into this epic kind of tavern scene, and yeah, it's hard to find even a table to sit down, even a space just to be at right now. What do you guys start doing in here?
Well, Koa and Lono, whatever. If this is the scene, we can stay here. If not, we can find somewhere else. Hop around.
Hey, let's get into some like arm wrestling or a scrape of some kind, right? Good old fashioned tussle.
That certainly happens here. I want to give it about an hour or two, but I.
Nah, we just gotta find somebody really big who's already. There's probably something going on over here. All right. They start looking around. You guys start taking drinks. And Koa quickly finds a group of guys in the back that he just kind of comes up and challenges them to an arm wrestling contest. And it takes a while, but Koa, first one, puts it down. And there's cheers around, people kind of looking, starting to make bets and everything. Koa's like, all right, who's next? Who's next? Not afraid to whip out a few more of these guns of mine. He's gonna go for a sec. I don't want to just play with dice with myself over here, but okay, somebody else be a bigger guy that comes and sits down. Your strength is +4. Okay. Yeah. Koa's going to roll a 19. Anyone?
Are you doing it, Colin?
Oh, I can, but Hudson already rolled one, didn't you, Hud?
Cool.
I can't hear Hud.
Oh, sorry, my microphone is pointed in a weird direction. I got a 17.
Ooh, 17. All right. Koa slaps that one down a little easier and starts pulling in a small pile of gold and everything. Lono is
kind of goes up to you guys. All right, if we want to make more gold, we're going to need a little bit more attention. Are you guys all right with that? Just
Whatever you say, mate. What's that mean?
All right, everyone, look over here.
Oh God.
Bing, loot that he snuck out with him.
Did you catch that on him? I didn't see it on him.
Yeah, he got it off somebody on the ship. Is that
All right.
Miwo's
He's
loot?
a halfling. How's hiding a loot on him?
My boy Koa over here can take on 2 at a time. That's right. You heard me. 2 at a time, right? He ain't no stranger to danger, this one. All right, give me your best. Well, 5 gold with my boy here. All right, he's already proven himself. You know he's good for it. We got the gold. Sit down if you are so inclined or reclined in this position. 2 people sit down, and Koa comes out, and he puts up one arm, and he flexes out his other spectral arm as well. And he's got 4 arms out right now, and he's got 2 on the table.
I was wondering how that mechanically was going to work. Doing 2 like that.
Yeah. So, all right, now I need 2 of you to roll. Go, +5 again on that.
Hey, I've got an idea.
5?
Yeah.
I'm gonna vicious mockery one of the guys. Oh wait, no, it does damage. Never mind. I was just gonna try to give him disadvantage.
Yeah.
Never mind. We're good.
Something, right? A 19 and an 18 for Koa over here.
+5, you said?
Yeah.
I got a 15 for one of them.
Should I roll another one?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Cool. I rolled a 1.
Ooh, easy 50
Whoopsie.
gold that you guys have for spending tonight.
That's what's up. Dude.
I'm just like leaning in the corner, like, I'd stop it if it weren't so entertaining.
I mean,
Um,
this is harmless. It's harmless fun.
All right. You see him do too. Get some more guys in here. Let's get some more in here. All right. Yeah, you the 2 of you that lost, y'all can come in again. All right. We're gonna get Koa versus 4 of y'all. All right, here we go. All right, everyone ready? Everybody look over here real quick. Look over here. And you start to see Lono kind of walk around the crowd a little bit. And Koa's got 4 arms on like 4 tiny little bar tables now. And he's got 4 people sitting around him now. And all right, I need to roll twice.
Can I look around the bar and just make sure it's all friends here, like people I...
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, net 1!
Yeah, I mean, it's,
This is too
now
fun.
you start to look around, and you a guy kind of just sits like right in front of you.
Hey, what's your story?
I cast reduce, or I cast heat metal on his cup.
Oh fuck! And he kind of like throws it up in the air, kind of drenches you a little bit.
God.
All right. Okay. I got a 21 and an 18 on Koa. Oh, he's got 2 more.
I got a 23 and another natural 1.
Ooh, shit.
A 10, and a 23 as well.
Yeah, I got, okay, so my totals are 21, 18, 21, and 11.
So my highest was 23. I don't know which one it's contesting, but it was the first one I rolled was 23. The second one was a natural 1, 5.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll say that Koa loses a few of them. His spectral arms slam him down, but his own arms kind of go. And Lono's like, "Oh man, y'all starting to wear my boy out. All right, we got a few more. We got a few more." Sinclair, go ahead and do a perception check as well.
Cool. I'm gonna stick to the digi dice. Oh baby, that's a 2 plus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a 7.
Yeah, Lono starts
Killing
bringing more around and kind of pushes him up a little closer into everything as well. All right. Now my boy is gonna go again. All right, double or nothing on this one. All right, everybody look, gather around. Here we go. And it happens again, and but you hear as it's going down, as they're all struggling in this moment, you hear. You see somebody push Lono back. Hey, get your hands out of my bag. Whoa. And Lono backs up a little bit, and a guy kind of grabs his arm and kind of opens up his coat pocket, and you see a couple of bags in Lono's coat right there. Hey, this guy's stealing shit.
No, what are you doing?
Nice.
Meanwhile, back on the Rising Sun. You guys, Hadal, you make your way back up to the top of the ship. Are you wearing your cool shark tooth shirt? Your netted shirt? Oh, you're muted.
Your super sexy one?
Fishnet.
You're muted.
Whole body fishnet bodysuit.
Yeah, you're muted. We didn't hear any of that.
It's very R&B.
I imagine I've got my shark tooth chain shirts underneath my tux, but I've got a normal-ish, probably I'm imagining it'd be a tux with tails, probably a relatively frilly shirt is what I'm imagining would be sort of in style, and a maybe not a bow tie, maybe more of a sort of an ascot sort of tie thing.
Ooh, cool, very cool. Yeah, maybe you tried
very cool ascot
times, and it ended up in more of an ascot position, and yeah, very cool. You get up there, and Marana is in a sleek white dress with kind of black frills around the shoulder. Has a slit up the side, kind of a strappy thing. And she says, I won't be able to carry any sort of larger weapons or anything. This will be more of a probably a low-key kind of intel mission.
That's fine. Yeah, I think it'd probably be wise to try to avoid as much trouble as we can.
Well, let's go. I don't have a ride or anything. We'll have to walk there unless you wanted to take a boat or something. We can probably split a dino cab.
Yeah, we could get a little dino tuk-tuk. Sounds nice.
Yeah. So you guys start to make your way there.
Captain, if I may, do you have any specific targets in mind? Who exactly are you trying to get intel about, or?
Well, to be honest, I would like to know more about what Joe Ball is up to. Obviously, I think this is a big hole in our plans right now, as we don't understand what exactly he wants and what exactly he's promising us. I mean, do we know that he can get us? I know that he has the resources to get us anything we want, according to him, but how do we know that he's not just going to take what he wants and leave us in the dust? And if he were to do that, what sort of recourse do we have?
I can't imagine that we've had any at all. I mean, we don't really have much power in the situation. And he's a very powerful man, so if he tries to go back on his deal, I don't think that there's much we can do about it.
The only asset we have in the game is the Pirate King, which
It's both a blessing and a curse when you have to depend on, I don't know, somebody else to make your money for you, no? It is a bit annoying sometimes working for the Pirate King, no?
Yes, I can certainly see how that would be. And as far as like him as recourse, I mean, I feel like there's not much that he would do to be on our side. I think he would probably rather maintain good graces with Joe Ball than, really do anything on our behalf in this matter.
Yeah, it is the lack of freedom in the situation that bothers me. I like to make my own decisions. I like to be in charge of my own bounty, my own fortune, my own destiny, and this feels like we're getting cornered, and it is a golden corner. It's a nice place to be in. I mean, if we could get anything we want, but I don't know, the price seems almost too sweet,
Do you have an idea of what you'd want to ask for, given anything you'd want from Jabal? I mean, I certainly don't imagine that it's literally anything we want.
No, I mean, to be honest, I have ideas of what I would like. I'd like to see my crew taken care of. I'd like more freedom. I'd like more options. If maybe that means more ships. Yeah, I think that's what I would want in the end, is maybe not to be captain, maybe an admiral of some sort.
Do you mean within like a navy for the Commonwealth, or do you mean on your own?
No, not the Commonwealth. I mean, in the reality, to have a large crew, multiple ships, there's more protection in that. The target on you is bigger, but you have more people watching your back. You have more people working together, more allies out there. I think either that, or I don't know what I'd want. I'd want to be free. I don't know what that looks like right now. I want to be able to go wherever I want to, and I don't want anybody to get in my way.
That sounds nice to me. I have to say that I'm of a like mind. I think that a fleet of our own would certainly give us a little more security, a little more options. We wouldn't be as beholden to taking more modest jobs. Might have a little more independence from the Pirate King. So that sounds like not only an ambitious ask, but a reasonable one, given anything we want, as he said. And it seems like this may well be within our grasp, since Koa and Lono seem willing to acquiesce and go with him after all. We don't have to do anything against their will, which is certainly much easier.
I don't like the prospect of doing anything against their own will, but we do have a job to do. And in the end, my will over theirs. And I hate to say it in such base terms, but I'm not going to sacrifice my own freedom. And I hope that we can find a solution that they are pleased with. I don't, like the Pirate King said, we've got them here, and that's all that we were told to do. If we can get them away, if that's what they want, I'm happy to get them away, but I don't think that I can store them away in the rising sun, right?
I mean, that seems fine, because it seems like they're willing to turn themselves over, and we can certainly take credit for that. So it'll be a job well done.
If that's what they want, I don't want to force anybody into a situation that they don't want to be in. I mean, I know that we captured Koa, and we are pirates. We do steal people.
Even capture is a pretty strong word in the circumstance. I mean, Koa came more willingly than we could have, reasonably hoped for.
It has been a very sweet deal so far, in terms of just how everything has worked out.
Sweet.
And everything with you has been so sweet on your time here in Cobus. You all.
I don't know if I'd quite say that. I mean, we've had some tribulations. I don't know if I told you all the details of our escapade aboard the Judgment both times, but it was not always easy. There was so much viscera is everywhere, just clouds of viscera everywhere you turned.
Yes. Yeah. Clouds of viscera. It's what I think of on some of my early adventures. Yes.
Perhaps if we do get a fleet of our own, we could name one of the ships Cloud of Viscera.
You keep saying our own. If you win this last race, I mean, you will have enough money to buy your own ship.
Perhaps.
So I guess the question, Hadal, is what do you want?
I have to say that I'm quite content with my lot thus far. I mean, being a member of your crew has been profitable and certainly entertaining, and I have no urgent desire to change our arrangement at the moment. I'd be quite happy to stay on as a part of your crew, and if it seems, you know, amenable, I think that I've proven myself in terms of my ability to lead. So perhaps I could, you know, have a ship of my own as a part of your fleet.
Captain Hadal.
Of the Cloud of Viscera.
The Cloud of Viscera. It is a title I think fits you. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to ask you out tonight is
to discuss the Cloud of Viscera.
No, to discuss our future together. You have had an excellent, I wouldn't even call it luck. You've had a streak of success of your own making. You deserve every bit of it. You are a fantastic deck mage. You are a strong leader. You are, you have foresight. You are cunning. You're brave. You're everything a captain could want in a crewmate.
Captain, please, I couldn't possibly accept all of this flattery. I mean, especially of late, I've been a part of a team. It was not of my own doing. I had the help of Sinclair, who's been a valuable asset to the crew. Koa was great help at times. Our newest acquisition, Val. Bottomless intellect. I think that, you know, I can't take credit for all of this.
I have just been busy on this ship. I will say that this team that you've put together is one that you've put together and kind of honed to the edge of this blade, and now you are able to cut your own destiny for yourself. And I, of course, would be honored to keep you a part of my crew. But I can't expect you to if you know, keep finding all of this success. There is no reason to. You will outsail me one day.
As I said before, Captain, I'm happy to stay on as part of your crew, or if the fates are kind, perhaps more of a partner with a ship of my own. We could continue in business together. I think that would make me quite happy.
I think a partnership would make me happy as well. But here we are at the dance. Okay.
Yeah, to the business at hand. Shall we look for Joe Ball himself? What's our goal?
Let's see if there is a way to get more information without necessarily having to meet with Joe Ball in person.
As you say.
Okay. And with that, I'm going to go take a break. My baby's crying real quick. I'm going to go see if Brittany's all right. I'll be right back.
Good.
What I miss?
Nothing. You're just chatting, and
Just
she was
chatting.
flattering. Don't know what she wants us to do at all. I don't know what she would want to learn from Jobal that we can learn.
I mean, just if he's gonna come through with the glittering prizes, the fantastic rewards.
Before we hand over everything he asked for and more, I think we should lead with Koa and then get some kind of guarantee.
So
Like,
if we have a
oh.
chance to speak to him, should I say like we want to give you Koa and not mention Lono yet?
I mean, that was like his big pie in the sky ask was getting Lono as well.
What was the reward for Koa? Oh, it was to be hired to help him find Lono or something like that.
Yeah,
And the rest of the payout on whatever your original job was.
And was the original job to bring Koa to him?
I think so.
I think it was just to bring him to well, by the wording of it, was just to bring him to Kobus.
But like, sure, that wouldn't mean just like drop him off on the dock.
Like you were supposed to turn him into a benefactor, and we didn't know that the benefactor was Jobal until like a couple days ago.
But now we do know that it is him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you're owed.
And it was the irregulars that hooked us up with the tickets to meet Jobal, essentially. So they were like the middlemen go-between.
So is there like, should I say like, okay, we will bring you Koa and maybe Lono, and if you do, then you owe us? Because like maybe if we never like take that job, then he won't really like owe us anything for when we bring him Lono.
So say you're gonna take the Koa job. We thought about it. We're gonna bring you Koa tomorrow. Let's say something crazy happens and Lono falls in our lap. If we bring him tomorrow, the deal's still good, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah, we could say like we have Koa and we just want to get it on paper or something, like what you're offering if we find Lono. Because Koa already seems to have some leads, or
Okay.
Ships
and gold. Ships and gold.
Submarine, skyship. What can we get?
I honestly, I don't want a skyship. I feel like a skyship sort of invalidates ocean ships. I don't even want there to be skyships.
Reefs and shit. Yeah. You gotta watch out for those sky reefs.
To get a skyship. That's my destiny.
I feel like it's too early. We should get a boat first, a sea ship, and then get the sky ship.
I think a nice sea ship and some money, a lot of money would be good. What's the purse for winning the Golden Run?
75K.
75K.
Okay. So I
mean, that could be another ship, in itself.
Right, so exactly. Yeah. But I was just thinking,
we could end up with like 5 ships at the end of this,
If we asked for like a ship and money, what would be like a reasonable quantity of money to ask for?
100K.
On top of a ship? I really have no idea. But I mean, this is a priceless person,
Right. Yeah. And this is a powerful guy who we can assume has a lot of resources. So yeah.
And we're level 9. That's usually level 9 or 9 or 10 is when you're starting to like, let's build a castle or whatever. Let's get a real fort going. So level wise, it makes sense.
A regular ship that we can somehow
kitted the fuck out.
Yeah, like figure out how to turn it into a skyship or submarine if need be. That could be.
We'll probably have to find some super lightweight wood in the Thousand Islands somewhere, and it'll make the transformation a little easier.
I don't know how skyships or any of that works in this world. It seems like
Nobody does. DMs don't even know how
spaceship
it works.
level like difference between. But if anyone had the downtime to figure out how
Downtime
to
and
make that
cash.
happen, yeah,
Make like some zeppelins or something.
that could be a fun project.
Y'all don't happen to remember what the class of the Rising Sun is? Like what kind of ship it is?
No idea.
Pirate.
I bet it's a schooner. Schooner? It's probably a
Types of
galleon. It's probably a galleon.
A galley?
I don't think
That's
it's a
big, right?
a frigate.
Galleon's like multi-story.
I don't know.
I mean, like all of them basically are multi-story. At least in terms of having multiple decks.
It's quick though, right? It's quickish.
I think, at least according to like the different ship stat blocks from Ghost of Saltmarsh, I think likely what the Rising Sun is a sailing ship. That's what it's called. That's like a 30 crew, 20 passenger, 5 mile per hour ship. And it's got some ballista and shit like that. Oh, warship though should have like a crew of 40 and can hold 60 passengers. So I think that's big. A sailing ship is also 100
How fast
feet
is a
by 20
warship?
feet. 4 miles per hour, the same size in terms of dimensions, but I guess it can hold a lot more capacity.
Yeah.
A lot more people, a lot more cargo.
I would opt for the faster, like the fastest possible option if we're gonna.
Nah, man. We just need to put an engine in it. Put an engine in the big boy.
We've got those crazy cores now.
Do you have those crazy cores? Maybe you could whip up something that makes that shit work somehow after 3
That would
years
be-
of
Lift it up, yeah. I love the idea of like a regular ship that just gets a big bubble around it and you can like go underwater or something.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
That'd be sick.
A diving bubble.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob, you ready?
Time.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all good.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. Just babies, just crying. Double ear infection over here right now.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not been a fun few nights.
No, that's rough.
So,
I used to get those a lot.
yeah, me too. So cool. Back to the Oily Mermaid. You all find yourself in the midst of what seems to be a tavern brawl about to break out. Need everybody to roll initiative. This is just things are about to heat up.
Things are getting hot.
Getting real hot.
I got a 13. Going back to real dice.
Okay. Lono rolled a nat 1. The crowd rolled a nat 5, and Koa rolled a nat 7. So pretty low rolls over here.
I got a 20.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And Sinclair?
I got a 13, I think. That's what I said.
Okay. Things are about to heat up. You see Lono's kind of pinned back. Somebody's opened up his jacket, and there seems to be a couple of sacks that look like different side purses or different bags of gold. that seem to belong to other people. He definitely did not bring those with him. And now that he's been found out by a poor sleight of hand check, there seems to be a large group of people around starting to check their purses and starting to yell. And meanwhile, Koa's got
Yeah.
4 hands out and currently in an arm wrestling match with 4 other opponents. What do you guys do in this situation?
Val's first.
I'll just like roll my eyes at Lono like amateur and toss Zenith up in the air and cast fairy fire so that like scan goes around the room
Okay.
and catches anyone in a 20-foot cube.
Okay, so the whole place just like lights up, and Zenith is up there, just kind of
Projector laser light show, just scanning around. And everybody kind of just has like a light outline around them.
And I'll like get between Lono and whoever is harassing him, like, misunderstanding, folks. We're just here showing some tourists around. He'll be happy to give you back your goods.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check real quick. To this kind of sour-looking figure, kind of greasy, kind of black hair, kind of a jaw and a nose that kind of stick out, kind of a furrowed brow.
Oh, that's a net one.
Your friend here stole my coin purse. I caught him red-handed, and now look, he's got a lot of other ones here as well. I don't know where you and your touristy friends are from, but out here in Cobus, it's not kind to steal from one of us. You get cut if you do. Milady.
Makes sense.
That's very true. And
He pulls out a knife.
bonus action shocking grasp him.
Okay. All right, go for it. Try to hit him. Yeah, he pulls out a knife real quick, like he's gonna brandish it towards Lono. You manage to try to reach out and try to grab the hand before it gets Lono.
Oh, I can't. That's it's an action. Never mind.
Can I do something?
I believe it's your turn.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna also run up to Lono and I'm gonna snatch the purses myself. This man has your gold, but your gold is in the air, and I'm gonna throw the purses like across the room to the other side of the people.
Okay.
So that we can cheese it.
Oh, I love it. Go ahead and roll a. Man, this is gonna be a persuasion with advantage. I'm gonna say
Persuasion. Oh, okay.
You know, like this is like you trying to convince somebody to do what you want them to do at the moment, and I think this is a very good way to do this.
Yeah. So good thing I have advantage. So I got an 18. That's with a plus 12. So the best roll was a 6, but 18 total.
Okay, yeah, you throw it up in the air. Gold pieces kind of skitter and fall as you start just chucking them wild. And at first you hear somebody go, "Hey, ow, holy shit!" And kind of panic starts to ensue in this room now. Koa's turn is up, and he's going to disengage his fist and start throwing punches, and then let me see what he does real quick. He's gonna throw punches at the people sitting down or people around, not the people that were sitting right in front of him.
And he gets advantage on everyone that's got fairy fire.
And then they all look over, and he's like, "It was that guy," and all of his arms point to a different person. And it's not very convincing. And people start to look like they're gonna start wailing on him next, which they start doing. So people start jumping in and hitting him and Lono. You see them both get kind of swamped by groups of people in this moment. They're gonna just start getting hits. So they're gonna start taking damage as this is going down. Let's see what they're going to do. Okay, they both take 5 points of damage in this situation right now. Okay, back to the top of the round. Val, you look around, and yeah, it's even hard to see where Koa was sitting down. You can occasionally see a spectral arm kind of flying around. Lono's he was right next to you, but he's been kind of pulled away into a group of people, and you see people just kind of throwing like their backs, and they're just throwing fists.
Oh, fucking hell. Sinclair, close your eyes. And can I like run and grab either one of them, and I'll cast pyrotechnics.
You're gonna try to grab Lono or Koa and then cast pyrotechnics?
Yeah, either one. Like I'll grab them, cast it, and like any of the lanterns around the bar just like explode into fireworks, and anyone that sees it needs to succeed on a Constitution save. No, they just need to succeed on a con save or become blinded.
Okay. Go ahead and do an athletics check to get to Lono.
Athletics. Scrawny little Val. 14.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that you managed to get hands on him. He's just getting wailed back and forth. You see, he's got a cut lip. He's being held up by his collar, and fists just come in and hit him, and he's just smiling and laughing and throwing punches as well. You see him grab his loot and kind of swing it and about to hit you with it, and then he recognizes you. Big smile on his face. It's a pretty good time we're having right now. And then you hold on to him, you cast pyrotechnics, and the place goes a blinding white. Most of the crowd and the bags of gold you hear are just kind of hitting the ground, and coins are scattering on the ground. And people are kind of in a panic now more than anything. There's a few people that are kind of teary-eyed and kind of can't see much and are just still throwing punches around. So it's still kind of like a dangerous situation where people are kind of holding on and not letting things go, and they're kind of like trying to tighten up and still throw punches, but not necessarily hitting Lono or Koa anymore. But now there's wild punches being swung everywhere.
Can I, with my movement, like try and drag Lono away toward the door?
Yeah, I'll say it's pretty difficult terrain too, so it's going to take you a few rounds to kind of get through here. Go ahead and do a perception check for me.
Can I do the same?
Yeah.
On my turn or whenever that is. So drag one of them.
That's an 8, but I'll flash of genius to turn it into a 13.
Nice. I'll say with their flash of genius, you've been here before. You know that you're closer to the back door, actually, of the Oily Mermaid that leads out into a kind of an alleyway in the back. And so you start to make your way down that way.
Perfect.
Yeah. It'll take you a little bit. Sinclair, you are next on your turn. You go up and try to get Koa in this moment.
Yeah, I will do that. What is it to do that? Is it, you said athletics to get there or to get through people?
Yeah. Make an athletics check to get to Koa.
Okay, I have that. Yeah, +5. 14. I think that's what Val got.
Okay. Yeah. So you get to Koa, you start doing the same thing. Your eyes, now that you kind of shielded them during the pyrotechnics, you open them up, you see where Val's going, and you start to make your way there. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I guess a quick look around to see if the first guys that were upset are following us or have any idea what's going on.
Yeah, go ahead and do a perception check.
Oh yeah, it's 24.
Yeah, you see two of the bigger guys that were sitting. They kind of had lost a match. Kind of clock you, and they're coming for you through the crowd of people. Blah blah blah. So you start moving Koa out of there, and Koa's blind as well right now, just swinging.
yeah.
Just as you're kind of like, come on, mate.
It's me, mate. Don't punch me.
So he's just making a wake of black eyes and bruises behind you. And you're just pulling him through.
Wait, does he have blindsight as an astral guy?
I'm not sure.
I think he might. I think he might. But did Val bring?
I think he has to
naughty?
I don't think I did.
He was moving stuff from your workshop, huh?
He was.
Makes sense. That would have been
Rookie
cool.
move. Got too comfortable.
Just windmill arming in a crowd.
Yeah, so these two kind of bigger, kind of like, you think maybe even half giant kind of guys are just like, hey, and they're kind of like trying to, real goon style, just to kind of make their way through the crowd. Get back over here.
No.
Yeah, you guys, Val, you get to the door, you throw it open and bust into the alleyway. Out here in the back, there's a group of people in the back smoking in this back alleyway. And they kind of look confused as you start dragging people out, and they hear kind of the roar inside. What do you do in this moment?
Evening, mates. It's a free-for-all. Can I hold until Sinclair and Koa come through, and then I want to hold Grease behind them.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you bust out of here to your right in the alley, you can kind of see the opening of the harbor. In that direction. If you're to your left down the alley, it gets kind of darker and shadier down there. More buildings and everything. And then catty corner, going more into the heart of town, is off to your right as well. So, I mean, yeah. It's not too long. Sinclair, you get out of there as well. And you guys manage to get out. See these guys smoking out back, kind of like looking, and it's like, another free-for-all in there. Yeah, it's about that time of year. You guys what do you guys do?
Find Val and then run further away. Those guys was right behind us. The big guys. They was mad.
As soon as Sinclair and Koa clear the doorway, I'll cast Grease behind them and then just start booking it.
Which way do you guys go?
To the shadows, and then we'll zigzag.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make your way out
through
to
buildings till we end up somewhere.
You just hear the two big guys come out. Where did that go? Oh, and Yeah, you kind of don't even look back. You guys just start running, and Koa and Lono are just giggling in the moment. That was pretty good. Where are we going next?
I think despite herself, Val is cracking up as well. Like,
Yeah.
you idiots! That could have been bad, but it wasn't.
I heard that there's carnival rides here in town. You guys want to go hit up a carnival?
I guess if we're doing this, yeah, let's hit up a carnival. Hey, real quick though, take like a handkerchief and just like wipe the blood off their faces from
Some
the
of the
ass beating they just took.
starts to come off as well.
Sure, of course it is.
Yeah.
And then I'll just follow up with some dirt from the ground.
But you know what they didn't get? And he pulls out his back pocket and he pulls out a few bags of gold. Hey, we're partying. All right, here we go. Okay.
Let's not pull that shit again. Once is enough. Don't get greedy.
All right. Yes, ma'am. All right. Yeah. Hey, there's a lot more of that where that came from. All right. Here we go. All right, carnival time. I'm
feel-
on the deep fried chocolate cookies.
I feel like I want to give you a lesson in pickpocketing, but it feels irresponsible.
Yeah, I don't know what I need a lesson in. It worked, all right.
It did in a way.
Came out on top.
Okay,
on
so
top
back
indeed.
to the Lord's Dance. You guys, Hadal and Captain Darktide, you guys walk in. You guys find your way to the bar and you grab a few drinks. And Marana says to you, so I wonder if there is a way to listen in on what's happening in that back room that we were in a while ago. I don't know, ductwork, maybe a wild shape into something, try to get back there. But I would imagine that a place like this, that somebody is always listening, no?
So do you take that to mean that they would be expecting someone to be listening and so might not say anything worth hearing, or?
I don't know. I think that if I ran this place, that I would make sure that I could provide secrecy, and but that I would also want to know what secrets are being kept here as well. Does that make sense?
So are you saying that were I to wild shape and try to sneak into the back room, that I would overhear something, or probably would not?
I would imagine that it would be a chance. I don't know if you necessarily need to do that. It's just an idea. I just want to know. I want to know more about Joval. If we meet him again, I want to have something in my back pocket. A little more bargaining power.
Sure, yeah, I understand. All right, well, I can give it a shot, and you could, see what you can do to schmooze and bend some ears out here, and yeah, I'll go see what I can do.
Well, let's go around and see what's all here. So, do you want to make any bets or anything? It looks like there's a lot of new faces here as well. I feel out of place.
I assure you, I feel out of place as well. I mean, I trust you wouldn't forget that I'm not exactly from here.
Yeah, you are. I think they tried to in this whole building, but it looks like you're getting a few favorable glances from some people as well.
It seems more likely the glances are for you, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, how about this? If you're fine, then I'll leave you alone. I'm going to go find some duct work or some such. See if I can't, take on the guise of a spider. And
but don't be gone too long. I want to be able to touch base if we need to regularly.
All right, I'll try to be back in, say, 20 minutes.
Okay, I will be here, and I will let you know what I see. You let me know.
Okay. All right, I guess I'm going to go maybe upstairs or wherever I guess would get me somewhere closest to like that hall where I could try to find, I guess, some ductwork if they got that.
Yeah. Hudson, what was that? What was that mole guy's name? Do you have that written down? You're muted as well. Okay, so Hadal, go ahead and start investigating the area. You go upstairs. There's large groups of people around. Everybody's kind of exotically dressed. You've been here before. There are people dancing on the second floor. There seems to be a band a little more lively playing. Yeah, let me play some music. And so, yeah, you look around and you see kind of that entrance to where you first kind of started going back to meet Jobal.
Okay, well, on my investigation check, I rolled an 11.
You rolled a 1?
11.
Oh, an
Which
11?
is technically a 1, but also another 1.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, it doesn't really pan out for you. You see a couple of guards back there. You try to be inconspicuous and look up for ductwork, but you don't see anything standing out in particular. Yeah, you kind of feel a little out of place. You're just kind of standing there, just kind of holding your drink, kind of looking around a little bit.
I'm drinking a Hurricane, by the way. It's gotta be Ocean Pain.
That's sick, man. That's sick. What a great drink. Yeah. Yeah, this doesn't seem like it's panning out too much in this spot. What else would you like to try to do?
I mean, honestly, I'm not even really sure what Marana wanted to do. How about, can I do like a perception check to see if I see anyone of note that I might want to try to eavesdrop on?
I don't have that guy's name written down, the mole guy.
I remember it being very clear. But I also hey, I bet it's in the chat. Or not the chat, but in the YouTube. I'll check that out later.
I stopped taking notes as well when we started with the YouTube stuff. So
I'll look it back up. I don't think we'll meet him tonight. I just wanted to see if you had it down. Yeah, go ahead and do a perception check, Hadal, to see if you find anything interesting.
18.
Yeah, you kind of wander around a little bit. You don't see any clear path, any like secret duct that kind of goes back into the back room where Jobal was. But it's not long. You kind of walk around, make your way upstairs. You see what looks like a few Commonwealth kind of guards, if you will, up on top. And they kind of seem to be, it's a little less packed out here. The top floor is kind of open air. So it's nighttime now. There's some torches lit in the distance. The stars are reflecting off of the water. There's like a pool kind of waterfall area off to one side, and you walk up the stairs. And that's where you see these Commonwealth guards kind of blocking off a certain area. And you see off on a far corner, you see what looks like, and I'm blanking on the name right now, Eken-afa.
She was in my notes.
The female, one of the Lords of the Five Rings, over in the distance talking to what looks like a wispy fellow.
What was she over?
She was a general or something?
Yeah, she's the military of the Commonwealth.
Okay.
And she was talking to somebody.
Can I try to mosey up and, I mean, are they like kind of off by themselves?
Yeah, they're kind of off by themselves, and it seems like the Commonwealth guards are kind of keeping it that way.
Okay. And who do I know who she's talking to?
Go ahead and do an investigation. Have you just staring this person down?
3.
Nope, wispy fellow, if you will.
I don't trust wispy fellows, and I don't know who it is.
Literally wispy, like he's not corporeal.
Yeah, he's an elemental.
I assume
He's like a genasi or
like
something.
skinny
He's an
and
air
frail.
genasi.
Or just a frail person.
Yeah, so there's that. You do see Mariah Khan out there talking to some people. What looks to be a not in the same area, but kind of as you're making your way around, I'll give you a few more options as well. Mariah Khan was talking to what looked like a blue genie that you had seen, that Sinclair may have seen earlier before. I don't know if the rest of you had. Yeah, there was also as you're kind of making your way through, Jerron Albrecht kind of sitting by himself at the bar, kind of like looking around.
Just waiting on his lady.
Oh.
I don't know that I would like think that I should eavesdrop on the queen. And Jaren kind of bums me out, so I don't really want to talk to him. What about this? What about, is there somewhere nearish that's inconspicuous to the hall where the guards are that goes back to where Jabal is? Somewhere inconspicuous where I could wild shape unnoticed. And then I imagine maybe I could creep up the wall and crawl along the ceiling back down the hallway.
Yeah, there's like natural features of like rocks and plants that this like kind of like this waterfall kind of comes down from. You're on a cliffside right now, so there is a lot of like natural space, maybe even a hiking trail that kind of goes up and around to kind of like an upper gazebo area that might be a little more secluded. Maybe somewhere on that trail you can kind of duck behind a large rock or a tree that's kind of jutting out of this cliffside and wild shape.
Okay, I want to do that.
Okay, what do you wild shape into?
I want to wild shape into a spider.
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 Yep. So along came a spider, and you kind of pop out on this rock. Yeah. What are you doing, Spidey?
Spider in an abandoned cocktail.
I'm gonna try to creep my way like into that hallway that goes to Jabal's area.
Okay.
Like across the walls and on the ceiling.
Yeah, it takes a while to do this in your spider speed. Yeah, you start making your way down. You remember the first time that you came back here, you were blindfolded. So trying to figure out how to get back there is a little difficult. Go ahead and roll a survival check.
Nat 1.
No, come on, Druid.
Yeah.
Druid blew
it. You start kind of trying to remember how, like, what it felt like to go through these hallways, and you're feeling really good about where you're at, and all of a sudden you find yourself at like a 4-way intersection hallway. There's a few doors around you, and occasionally you see like a figure kind of walk down, like almost looks like a private event kind of guard or somebody just kind of walking the hallways.
Okay. I want to go left.
All right, you go left, baby.
Solid.
And you find a door, you crawl underneath it, and in there is
A room full of spider-eating lizards.
No.
Wrong way.
what is in there is a few kind of nervous-looking individuals, and they kind of are sitting around. They have kind of more of like glasses, kind of slick back hair. They seem to be mostly human or humanoid, and they have kind of like white, kind of formal-looking coats on, kind of longer down to the back of their knees, but they're sitting around, kind of talking to one another. There seems to be like briefcases and files on the desk, and you get in, and they're just like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The citation is on the line, of course, but you know, we have to trust. We have to trust Abernathy. He's good at what he. You know, if we don't get the funding, then you know, this project might not see light of day in the future. Don't worry about that. It will get funding. Maybe not now, but it will get it eventually. They start kind of organizing their files and everything. You know, we were supposed to have a live specimen to demonstrate. Now we just have schematics to show and everything. It's I don't know. If I was on the other side of this, I'd be skeptical about our progress. Our progress speaks for itself. All right. The work we've done is undeniable. Anyone would be interested in the technologies that we have found out. And they kind of, I still think we should have brought the shark just as a backup. Yes, but well, it seems as though we're having difficulties controlling the experiments, so that might not have been the best idea. Yes, but the shark is undeniably cool, right? I mean, it looks awesome. Anybody who sees that thing is going to be like, hell yeah, I want 6 of those. I don't know. We just have to wait for Abernathy to get back. We'll see what they say, and if not, then next person on the list, right? We just go down and we see, you know, if you know the Commonwealth doesn't want it, then we'll see if the Kingdom does, and if the Kingdom's not interested either, the Kingdom's interested in practically everything, right? I think that we'll be fine with that. Yeah, but they're planning something that we don't want to be a part of, right? Then, I don't know. We shouldn't say too much. There might be ears listening, but it'd be best to possibly even find private funding for this.
Jacob, do I see anything like laid out on the table, like any of the schematics or anything they were referencing?
You can try to investigate that if you'd like.
Fucking right, I will.
I want to say also, when we saw Eken-afa at the party, she was talking to one of these guys.
No, she was talking to the
a white suited
guy, I thought.
A white suited person with slick back hair is what my notes said.
She was talking to the like head of magic or something from the kingdom.
Okay.
The head of arcane affairs.
Head of arcane affairs. I didn't get that at all. I just in my notes I just have Afa talking to white suited lady with slick back hair.
Oh. Was it
Damn,
a
I'm-
room?
Interesting.
Uh-oh. check the tapes.
Doesn't matter.
But these are Nuecraft scientists.
These are the pitchmen. Seems like, yeah. These are the or at least for this project, you
the
know.
marketing team.
Yeah, yeah.
But noteworthy is that it seems like they're not directly. If I assume that they are Nuecraft, that they're not necessarily working for the Commonwealth or the Kingdom. They're free lancers looking for
Yeah,
whoever.
yeah.
They
They're cell scientists.
What did you roll in your investigation?
That's 4. It was a 4, Jacob. Rolled a 4 on it.
No, you don't. You start to climb up the table, and one guy kind of just kind of brushes you back off of the table. This place is crawling with insects. I have mosquito bites in places I am afraid to even itch. Places I rarely touch. Yes, but sooner we get back.
Middle of the lower back, or I can't imagine really. That would be the back of the heel. If it seems like they're kind of wrapping up the interesting bits of their discussion, I want to leave and
Okay.
always.
Yeah, you don't manage to get any sort of information about who they are or what they're talking about necessarily.
Okay. Well,
But
then,
you know.
then I am going to go back to that intersection and go to my left, which would have been straight from where I came from.
Okay. Yeah, you start making your way back. Go ahead and roll another survival check. This time with disadvantage because you rolled a natural 1.
Well,
What?
not sure why that makes sense, but I got a natural 20 and a 3.
You're lost.
Oh, come on.
He's lost. He rolled a nat 1. There has to be consequences to nat 1.
On his investigating of the other room.
No,
No?
he rolled a nat 1 on his survival check to navigate his way to Joe Ball. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I mean, who's to say
And then
they
you
get
just
lost?
chose-
Does it
you
get
just
me
chose
there? It just
left
means I'm
at
gonna get there
random.
accidentally.
Okay. All right. Well,
You chose left at random.
all
I
right.
think.
All right. I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna-
I kind of took that to mean I had no clue. That's why I just chose a direction and it was left.
Okay. I'm nothing if not persuadable. So, yeah, you start to make your way down. You're starting to get a little bit of a bearing in this area. It does kind of wind around. There are many corridors back here, but you start to kind of walk along the side of the wall and kind of peeking under doors as you go. A lot of rooms are closed. A lot of them look to be kind of private dwelling spaces like hotel rooms. This seems to be kind of part of the resort. And you come across a bunch of different like personal rooms and stuff like that in this area.
Okay.
Yeah. It's after a while, one of the guards is walking by. They're much faster than you. They just kind of like keep going by, and you see what looks like a couple of kind of more elite, kind of professional looking people kind of coming out of one room together and talking in kind of like a foreign language. You can finish the excuse it up, and they kind of keep walking away. One is a what looks like a tan skin kind of elvish woman, and the other one is kind of let's say has kind of like bluish features, and their hair is like stark white and kind of flows behind. Constantly.
They're not speaking Elvish.
They're not speaking Elvish. No.
Are they speaking Druidic?
No, they're not speaking Druidic either.
What about
Are they speaking another language I speak?
Go ahead and roll. What would this be? An intelligence check?
Probably. 12.
Okay, well, yeah, you don't know. It's definitely not Elvish.
Probably
Yeah.
normal.
So yeah, it takes a while. I'd say, what is your goal right now? You've been back here for maybe, I would say probably 15 minutes trying to get around back here.
I want to keep going. I want to keep looking
All
for
right,
something
keep going.
interesting.
All right, do another survival
Hydro balls
check.
room.
Another survival check.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
There we go. 23.
There it is.
You finally keep going down, and you find a large double door. It's just big enough, kind of sparks your memory a little bit. And there's a few other doors in the area that you kind of been looking around in, just like kind of rooms. There's some messy, some are clean. It looks like there might be like one with like a private party going on in the back, but then you get back to where you're going, and it is that large room where you did meet Joe Ball. And he's back there, kind of just looking out a window, kind of talking to not Eken-afa,
Waka Otamu.
Yeah, thank you. I'm worried. I'm worried about it all. I know what they're trying to do. I'm just... I'm dreading what's coming next. Waka, sometimes I think you're right. Leaving this plane to go visit others. What's coming will be worse than it was before. It could be tonight, could be the very night that they decide to call it off, everything. It starts all over once again. The judgment is bad news for us. I need to know that when this goes down again, you and the mages you work with, that the alliances haven't shifted. I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak for myself. Our alliances always flow to where we're interested. Mages like myself are flighty people. If you keep us entertained, we'll stick around. But me, myself, I can already feel myself becoming bored of this place. Right? Scenes kind of run dry. I often find it more exciting to see what's going on in different areas of existence. So for myself, I don't know. I don't think
I feel like Waka, Otamu, and Lono would really get along.
For the other mages, well, I think if you do something to keep them interested, they'll stick around on your side. That's for sure. You know, there's rumors of a new weapon you might find very interesting then. But right now, I need you to look in on my son real quick. Well, give me one second.
What a segue.
No way.
Meanwhile, back.
He could have been checking on Lono this whole time. He has been. Oh man, there's so many questions.
No, he definitely has been.
back in the alleyway. What's going on? Where did you guys go? Carnival
We went
time?
we went to the carnival. Hey, real quick though, you mentioned the name Abernathy or Abernanth.
Yeah.
Have we heard that name before? Because I immediately thought it was the name of the dead artificer that Oak slaughtered on the judgment.
Oh no.
Is that accurate?
I don't believe so, but
Okay, great.
yeah.
They'll be waiting all night.
They've been waiting.
If that's the case.
Sorry, Hadal. One more thing before we go. You do an investigation check for me in this room.
Fuck.
Come on.
4.
4. Okay. Yep. Never mind. Sorry. I was gonna give you something, but
I'm sorry.
no.
Okay.
I'm
That's
sorry.
not his thing. That's not his thing. He's good at other things.
He's great. He's great. He's beautiful at other things. He's beautiful.
When are you gonna ask for some fucking nature checks, huh? Huh?
I really should.
We
I
have our
really
detailed
Coward.
notes written out on Birch Bark.
Let me write that down real quick.
Nature
Druid
challenge.
equals nature checks. Got it. Okay. All right. Back at the carnival, you guys are walking around. What is a piece of carnival food that everybody has bought for themselves?
Corn dog.
Corn dog.
Yeah,
Corn dog,
Yeah.
but it's like
it's like weird Cobus meat.
shrimp or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some dino
Yeah.
shrimp.
It's a-
like a ground shrimp, like formed into a casing, like a hot dog.
Yeah,
With
sure.
like a little sweet and sour sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Foot long shrimp dog. Portrait.
Exactly.
It's Cobus Chinese food.
Yeah. Lono's just got like a whole bag of taffy. That's the same. You only get this once a year, right? And you only get a carnival. Tastes real. Oh, go over there. And he points, and you see what look like long-necked dinosaurs picking people up by like a back brace and throwing them into the bay. Kind of coming down. They got like almost like these like old frame hiking backpacks on, kind of, and they got a frame above their head, and the dinosaur comes down and grabs onto the top of that frame and kind of launches them into the bay, and you just hear people, "Ah! All right, everyone, step right up, orderly lines, it's going to be 3 gold pieces."
Well,
Now, what do you guys think?
I think if we're doing it, you two go first and I go third,
All right.
and then
All right.
and we swim back together. You know.
I think
Let's
I've had
see.
enough flying and swimming for one day, but I'll pay for your tickets.
Hey, let's see who goes the farthest.
Oh. Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh. That's me, baby.
All right. Lono's gonna get up there. Lono has fly or anything. Let's see how it's. Okay. Hadal, I want you to be the dinosaur in this case, and I want to give you a +8 to athletics.
Okay.
So you go ahead and roll the dinosaur, and then I'll do Koa over here, who's also going to roll a athletics check combined to see how far they go.
You said +8?
Yeah.
19.
19. And then Koa's also got a 19 as well. So almost 40 yards, Koa just gets thrown out into the bay, kind of
And then kind of tries to surf a little bit, puts his feet out, and kind of skids those last few yards, skipping across the water a little bit, and comes back up and is swimming out in the water. Then Sinclair, it's your turn.
Can I do acrobatics?
Yes.
Is that a thing? Sweet.
Yeah. Sure. You can try to skip and flip your way out.
Oh yeah, I'm doing a flip for sure. Okay. I think it's a dirty 20. Yeah, 12 plus 8, dirty.
Okay.
I do a gainer. I do a backflip.
Okay, Colin, you want to do another dinosaur throw? Plus 8.
Yeah. That one's a 10.
Oof. Okay. So what's that total?
10.
Okay. Then Sinclair, what was yours?
20, so 30 total.
Okay. So you flip up, beautiful gainer. This dinosaur doesn't get a good enough chuck on you as you kip out of its mouth. And
Get my money back.
don't quite go as far as Koa did. Now it is Lono's turn. Val, do you want to roll for Lono?
Sure.
Yeah, he's got a +2 for athletics.
That's a 5. Can I cast catapult on any part of his clothing or?
Oh yeah, there you go.
No, wait. No, it has to be something.
How far does that go? That goes like 100 feet, right?
It goes 90 feet. But it has to be
yeah.
something that isn't worn or carried. So I just watch it happen.
Really
That's
fun.
Yeah. And then the dinosaur roll, Hadal.
I think that's 17. 17 total. Yeah.
Okay. So plus the 5, so that's going to even be less than Sinclair's. So yeah, Lono gets thrown and just kind of ass over tea kettle, just kind of flipping through the air. Falls down into the water, kind of belly flops. And you guys are just laughing out there. And you guys start swimming in. Koa ends up winning and buys a ridiculous drink to celebrate. And
Big souvenir glass.
yeah, and you guys are just he kind of fills it up with like a little flask himself. And
Get your hands on that.
Hey man, listen, that bar was crazy, right? And I was throwing punches, and one of them just happened to hit a bomb. All right.
Well, it'll just happen to grab it firmly, put it in your pocket.
And he goes over to your drink. Just happened.
Just happens.
Just happens.
That is just how it happens.
Lono's really got a lot of Ron Abuelo energy tonight. I really didn't expect Lono to party like this.
Well,
Everybody parties different, you know?
while they're swimming back in from this, can I just look at the little locket from JP and see where the needles turn?
Yeah. The needles, if I'm correct in remembering what they point to, they point kind of up, kind of to the western edge of town, kind of in the direction of the skyport.
Is that also the direction of the Lord's dance?
That is.
Good for him. Just to look.
You guys keep kind of playing through the night in this carnival. There's a few other games that are happening. There's one where you stand on the back of two-legged dinosaurs as they're running, and you have a large kind of like jousting pole, and there's rings hanging up.
Sure.
And your goal is to try to swoop the rings. Lono and Koa are super excited about this, but then you kind of understand why they're excited, because near that area are a few of the Sky Warden pterodactyls kind of parked in the back.
Oh dear.
Hey, what do y'all think, right? We're pretty good at making distractions, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We could. One of you get on this dinosaur. You make a left turn when you should have made a right. Okay? You start going crazy out there, right? Good distraction. Sky Warden's probably going to come out, going to try to keep you safe and everything. Meanwhile, I don't know. Me, Sinclair, I don't know. We just start letting loose a little bit, right?
On the pterodactyls? What are you getting at?
Maybe if we get that far, I don't know.
If y'all want a joyride, Sinclair's got a pterodactyl you can just ride.
Listen,
It's not a joyride.
That's
It's
not
not
the same if
stealing.
you didn't steal
it's
it.
feeling a copodactyl. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. How many copodactyls are there?
I only see 4 over there right now. But listen, they're kind of heavily guarded with all them Sky Wardens.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, boys.
Oh no, we don't got to. We don't listen. We can just go back to the ship. Have a nice quiet night. Maybe, talk early night, right?
You've convinced me.
To steal a pterodactyl from the Sky Wardens.
No, to go back to the ship.
We'll give
Oh,
it back. We'll give it back.
it's hardly a quiet early night. We've been out for a bit now.
All right. Okay. We can at least get on the dinosaurs and hit the rings, though.
Oh, that.
Sure. Absolutely, yes, of course. Feel free to do that and only that, which I'm sure is going to happen just the way.
All right. All right, let's all go together. That way we all keep each other accountable. All right.
That's right. Right. Above board.
All right.
Your little loot fingers above where I can see them.
I've done something like this before. All right. This is going to be a test of your dexterous abilities, right? Your agility, right? We're going to get on these. You're going to have to be nimble up there. Okay. That's the key. All right. Stay on that ring, eye on the ring the whole time. All right. And you just kind of feel the dinosaur with your body. You got to be one with it. All right. Don't want to be looking down at the dinosaur, then you're gonna get off pace.
Eyes on the rings.
Motion of the ocean, you just gotta feel inside you. You understand?
When in your princely life have you ever ridden a dinosaur?
Wasn't a dinosaur. Hey.
You're on.
No.
You're on, Princeling.
All right, eyes on the ring. All right, everybody roll a acrobatics check on this one.
Yes. 16.
Okay. As you're going, Lono's going to look over at you, Sinclair, and be like, "Hey, Sinclair, don't mess up, man. All right, don't fuck up real big time." And he's going to cast Vicious Mockery at you.
All right. Lona?
No, wait, that hurts. So I'm sorry. I'm thinking.
Yeah, it does psychic. It does psychic damage. Yeah.
He's going to bane you.
Okay.
Going to have just a -2 on that one.
Well, hang on. Damn it. I have bane.
Was it cutting words is what I was thinking? I was thinking of cutting words.
Perhaps. I think Bane forces me to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
You fucked up.
On my
I got a 22 on my charisma save. Or is it silvery barbs? That one forces a reroll.
That might be it.
Or it basically gives you disadvantage on whatever you're doing.
I thought there was a way that a bard could use its bardic inspiration to count against you.
Yeah,
maybe
that's something they do.
I don't know.
Bane is a spell. What so what did I roll initially?
Rolled a 16.
16, yeah. So just so you said -2?
Yeah.
So 14.
Okay. So you still do pretty good. Koa rolls a 15 though. Lono rolls a 7. And Val, what did you get?
I got an 8, but can I cheat
Yes.
and use prestidigitation on the ring to just like do a little gust of air and blow it right onto
Okay.
the.
Yeah, give yourself a little advantage. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a d6.
6.
Hey, add that to your score.
So 14.
14, just like Sinclair, you and him. But Koa ends up grabbing another ring away from Lono and kind of gets 2 in 1. And yeah, guys just having a good time out here. And you're having lots of fun. It's a cool night. You guys are carnival rides, and meanwhile, back at the Lord's dance, yeah, it looks like they're just shooting the shit with some friends. Well, that's good. Soon they'll be elsewhere. But for tonight, we can let them just live a little. Well, Waka, thank you for your time. I think I'll go out and get a little fresh air myself. And they start to move out of the room. Hadal, are you staying in the room and letting them leave, or are you trying to get out of there as well?
If they're about to leave, I might just let them go and then I leave after them. Okay.
You let them go, and the door stays open for a while, and it looks like as Joe Ball walks out, the door stays open a while after he goes, and then it just kind of a few seconds later, when he's halfway down the hall, it kind of just shuts on its own. Waka has long kind of just disapparated out of here in his own way. Yeah.
He either teleports or hovers.
Yeah, he just hovers. He just hovers out of the room. And
maybe this okay time to stop. I kind of need to run.
Okay. I'll end it with this. Do you come out of spider form, or you keep in spider form?
I'd stay in spider form until I could get back to the party or something.
Okay.
It's an invisible person in the room.
You're gonna hear a voice in your head. Because they rolled one of your crew members is out there killing people. Either get him in line, or I will.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
I'd say, which crew member? Are you sure they're mine?
You know which one.
Come on. Is this the Pirate King?
Yeah, do I recognize the mental voice?
I don't think you recognize the mental voice. Short, furry, got a lot of metal on him. You might want to check it out.
Nuecraft.
All right. Thanks for the tip.
You've always got eyes on you. Just a heads up.
Is this Batman?
Nighthawk out.
Wako Tamu? Is that his alter ego?
All right, cool. We'll keep it there.
Okay.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Did you say Night Owl?
I said Nighthawk.
Nighthawk, okay. Cool.
Nighthawk. This is Travis's new character.
Travis.
Another bird.
I'm watching you always, but never intervening. I just
All right,
like
good
to
session,
do
gang.
it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I hope you did. I'm sorry
That's
that.
it.
Yeah, I hope you had fun.
Listen,
Yeah,
you don't
lore
have to
drops,
find,
baby.
you don't have to find something to be sorry about every session. There's nothing to be sorry about.
That's how I live my life.
You keep your dice in a Crown Royal bag.
Hell yeah, it's a
Hell
perfect.
yeah.
Amazing. That's
Yeah.
perfect. It's
That's a
perfect.
Crown Royal idea from Colin, who had all of his Panama stuff always in a Crown Royal bag. And
I had like 2 or 3 Crown Royal bags. I love. Actually, now
I
I've
always thought it
got
was so
my
dope.
dice in a little. This was an external battery, but it's a perfect bag that holds all my dice now. But I love the drawstring bags. It's
Just
Yeah,
free
I always
drawstring bags are the best.
So when I
absolutely.
got home, Dad had this big Crown Royal bag, and I got one of those giant things of dice.
Pound of dice.
Yeah, Crown Royal, baby.
Hefty.
Absolutely. All right,
Okay.
night, you guys.
All
Talk
right,
to you
good night.
soon.
Thanks
Good
for playing.
night.
Hell
Bye.
yeah. Adios.
Very
Sweet, sweet.
fun. Thank you.